All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here at Campus Nation. If you're not on, tell a friend, Campus Nation or campusnation.com. You can go to the Campus Nation Facebook page as well. Go to YouTube and search for Clinton-Massie Local Schools or Campus Nation. You'll find this free broadcast from us to you as we take just a moment as we get started here to appreciate the alma mater on our Pee Wee cheer and Pee Wee football night. And then we'll go into the Star Spangled Banner as well. So give us just a moment. We'll be right back with you. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for honoring our country, and we are excited, EJ. It's Friday night. It's football Friday night, so as always, joining me is EJ Lamb. Say hi to the people.
Hey, everybody. Be a good night for the first win of the season.
Absolutely. So the Falcons looking for that first win, as you said, at 0-4, first time since 2001 that they've actually seen that, I believe. I'm right, 2011. So it's been quite a few years that the four losses in the loss column have been a part of Clinton-Massie football. I know the coaches are kind of, as he said last week, going back to the drawing board, making some changes. But, I mean, what is it going to take to get a win?
Limit turnovers. Don't shoot yourself in the foot with penalties. When you got a 2nd and 5, don't have a false start, make it a 2nd and 10. Those little things will add up, but I just want to be real clear. I just wanted to walk through some of the stands before the game, so I took a few minutes, and I heard what I thought I'd heard, and that's a lot of fans saying tonight's the night. This is the night we get it. It's over. The losing streak of 4, which is very unusual in this era of McSorley, but it starts tonight. They're going to get the win. They're going to limit the turnovers. They're going to limit the penalties, and I think it's coming, Matt. Feeling good tonight.
Good. Appreciate that. I hope so. Harrison comes in with a 1-3 record. They did beat a Western Hills team last week, a Division I team facing a big school like Harrison makes sense, and then they come down to face us, a Division IV team. Honestly, because we talked about it before, nobody's willing to play us that is about our size unless they're in the league and forced to. So we see Harrison tonight. It's going to be a big squad. Their roster is unbelievable. 99 starting with 0. So, I mean, they've got plenty of players on that sideline. 1-3, like I said, they did lose to Wyoming to start the year off. That was a 35-0 contest there. So Wyoming, who we have always kind of put ourselves against in the regional finals, is a good marker, a good understanding of probably what this team can do.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see a Harrison team that's 1-3 that's motivated tonight as well. They want to kind of get their season going tonight. And even though Massey's 0-4, everybody wants to knock off the state champ.
Absolutely.
And so they're going to have them in their crosshairs tonight. They're going to give it everything they've got. Again, it's garnering a little attention with some other media outlets tonight that'll be watching. But thank you for tuning in to Campus Nation and watch the game with us. Tell somebody about it because it's going to be a good night. I think we're getting our first win here as the Falcons.
Yeah, it's going to be fun tonight because it is Pee Wee football, Pee Wee cheer night as well.
They're out there, aren't they?
Hey, there's tons of – you'll see on the camera shots, you'll see the cheerleaders out there. You'll see the Pee Wee football players getting ready to bring on the Clinton-Massie Falcons. So as we talk about Harrison, for those that want to know about our opponent this evening, so it starts and ends with Luke Rogers. Luke Rogers is their starting quarterback as well as their second leading rusher. He has 19 completions on 46 attempts for 266 yards in the air. He does have 2 touchdowns, but what stands out, I'm sure, in the coach's mind and in my mind as I'm seeing there, he has 7 interceptions.
Yeah, and I seen that his interception percentage is 15%. And so that means he chucks it up. You got over 10% chance of picking it off. However, they're balanced. Luke Rogers is 19 for 46, 266 yards. So not quite at 50%, 41% completion rate. But with our defense, which I think our defense has played stellar. I'll just be honest. I think our defense is playing out of their mind. Last week held them to 14 points. So you put our defense, which I really like, against this offense, you might create some turnovers in the other direction and can score off those turnovers tonight.
Yeah, and unfortunately the defense takes a big hit after last week's game. Leighton Bell, what many people call the motor of the defense just because of the effort.
Thick,
the quiet leader, the starter since his sophomore year. Transferred here from Wilmington, done a great job acclimating himself to Clinton-Massie football. Unfortunately is out for the rest of the year with a torn ACL. Actually was able to speak to his dad today via text, and he went through surgery just fine. In fact, I think if I were to guess, it was a little worse than they thought once they got in there. So we want to make sure that we're sending out all thoughts and prayers to Leighton Bell that he can heal quickly. Unfortunately, he puts himself on a list of other players that Clinton-Massie is still trying to overcome the injury bug, whether that's Tatum McCoy, who's usually on that offensive line, or one of the players that we see in boot, which there's a couple on the sidelines, which is Cam Williams. And we also have an illness. Now, I know this person left during the game. I'm going to wait and double-check this to make sure that they're not in the starting lineup, but there was a starting offensive lineman that had to leave due to a fever this afternoon, I believe. But we'll see, and we'll be able to verify that here in just a second. So injuries, sickness is going to be a thing where we lose 2 or 3 starters because maybe somebody's going on both sides if needed. I know that there's going to have to be somebody step on that defensive line. Yeah,
and somebody's got to step up, make a name. It's time for these young guys, and I think tonight you're going to see it. They're going to make a name for themselves. But, man, what can you do when guys are sick or they tear their ACL? It's just one of those unfortunate set of circumstances this year. But it's time for somebody to step up, make a play. As I look over as Harrison comes out, not only are they big on paper, but there's some big boys. You can tell that some of them boys been in the weight room.
Yeah, the size is there. Now, I don't know that I've seen the same size that I saw on the DeSales. No, the DeSales. Okay. Yeah, the DeSales team last week was very big. In fact, the DeSales team's front 7 was spectacular as far as just what they were bringing each
athletic,
down.
big, strong, yes.
Also, that we're going to be calling his name tonight, I'm sure, is Cohen Herring. Cohen Herring has 251 yards on 76 attempts for a 3.3 average. He does have 2 touchdowns. Again, the leading rusher for the Harrison Wildcats is also Luke Rogers.
Dual threat.
Yeah, he is absolutely a dual threat, so bringing a lot to the table. We do want to make sure that if you're somewhere other than here in the stadium listening to us, which we know some do, and then some that are in the local area listening, if you're outside of the area or even if you're in town, we'd like to hear a shout-out from you, 937-303-8069. Again, 937-303-8069. You can see Owen Trick out there pumping up his teammates saying, we've got to get a win tonight, guys. If we're going to start any chance of trying to get in that lower half of the playoff bracket, it's got to come with a W tonight.
Yeah, and he's getting a pump. They're pumped. Home game tonight. And you can tell, look at them. They're fired up. This is – they're the state champs.
Mm-hmm.
In their eyes, they're defending that state championship. Now, it's nothing like anybody, expected to be 0-4 at this time, but they're tight. Is there a game that was within any over 2 touchdowns?
Yeah,
They've all
right.
been, tight. Offenses took a while to gel, but the defense is there, and they're pumped tonight. I think it's going to happen.
Well, we're excited to see the Clinton-Massie Falcons come onto the sideline. Harrison will set up as well. They'll be on our right side on the north side of the stadium, and then the south side will set up for Clinton-Massie. So excited to have Friday night football again, another week where we hopefully will get the big W for the Clinton-Massie Falcons. When you're looking at last week, what were a couple things? As you said, the score was relatively close. The offense was struggling just a little bit, but let's talk a little bit more about that defense. I can't help but say that it may be a surprise to some, not a surprise to the broadcasting crew here. Tristan Trampler had to step up and stand out there. 5 passes defended. I believe at one point 3 in a row they tried to go at him, and he knocked all 3 of them down. So a spectacular performance by Tristan Trampler last week.
Absolutely, freshman, and he's got a lot of potential. You're going to see a lot of his name in the next couple years. Another Trampler in the pipelines. Me and my boys went out to pass, and one deflected the other, and I said, "You look like Tristan Trampler out there playing." I mean, what was surprising was that they went back to him over and over, and the kid just stood up and played probably the best cornerback performance I've ever seen out of a Massey defender. It's just phenomenal. He high pointed the ball there at the right time, and again, it's easier to see it than do it. But he did it every single time. So hats off to that defense, and especially that cornerback right there getting it done.
So Harrison will start off receiving, and that's Jack Stroud. Ben Smith will be in the backfield of the kickoff return, along with their second leading rusher, which is Cohen Herring. Herring is listed actually as a freshman, a running back at 5'10", 160 pounds, and it looks like Smith is a 12th grader at 5'9", 160. They actually have 2 21s listed here, so hopefully we can get a little bit of clarity on which 21 we're seeing, because there is one out there right now. So Clinton-Massie teed up at the 40-yard line. That'll be Ian McGinnis. That will get ready to drop his hand. Number 13 comes through the 35 and the kick, and we're underway here at Frank Irelan Field. Cohen is the receiver. He gets some space up the middle, finds an opening, but he's going to be tackled on the play by, as aforementioned, Tristan Trampler, along with Nolan Phipps.
Yeah, nice coverage there. Harrison gets it out to about the 34-yard line and got a decent little return there. But, again, Trampler stepping up, doing what he does every single game.
So think about that. That was a freshman and a freshman making your tackle on your kickoff team.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of experience.
Yeah. Brandon Updike will start at the defensive end position. On the other side of him will be Brighton Rodman. Looks like Elijah Groh and Brody Green should be up the middle for the Falcons. Again, having to find someone to take the place of Leighton Bell is going to be a hard shoe to fill, that's for sure.
Yeah, that big tackle. He's big, he's strong, quick. Let's see if they capitalize on that, try to go up the middle here.
Harrison in a 2-by-2 look. He's going to send Herring in motion. The jet sweep off to the right-hand side. He finds an opening. He's going to get a first down run on first down. They'll stop it right before the down marker, so that's going to be 9 yards on the gain for Herring. They're coming out in a 2-by-2 single back look. The quarterback, again, Rogers, is where you're going to have most of the offense go through this evening, both passing and running. He is only a sophomore, so he's a 6'2 sophomore after a fine quarterback performance last year. And that gentleman graduated, and now they have to have a sophomore step up and take that lead role.
A lot of similarities between us and them. A young team, we have a young team, some young offense, and they're just getting their sea legs going as well.
Trips left again, single receiver to the right. The single offset back is Herring. He's off to the left. The zone look.
And
a nice opening, and that's going to be a first down run for the Harrison Wildcats. It's going to be at the 48-yard line to start the next set of downs.
Yeah.
So you're noticing, in the first run you went outside, the next run you went inside, and all of a sudden you've got another set of downs to work with.
Yeah, and that's the challenge this week without the beef in the middle. And that's going to be interesting to see if Harrison capitalizes in that middle. But they got a good push there, first down for Harrison.
Again, a 3-by-1 look. Looks like Ty Clutter comes to blitz. He does blitz, and they find a a hole in the offensive line. Keegan Lamb finishes him off.
He shot in there, didn't he? Keegan
Gavin
did.
Hunter as well making that tackle. So it's going to be no gain on the play, 2nd down and 10, still at that 48-yard line. So Clutter showed the blitz. They didn't pick him up, or they picked him up and left the opening for Keegan Lamb right behind him. So a run blitz is successful on 1st down, making it 2nd and 10. Harrison will set up in a 2-by-2 set with a single running back next to Rogers. That's again Herring, their second leading rusher. Offensive line gets set. Rogers calls for the snap.
A little movement. Looks like this is going to go against Harrison. Nice. False start.
Luke Rogers again listed as a sophomore, 6'2", 155. So as he brings into this game with 266 yards in the air, he's going to hand off to Herring, who already has 76 attempts, but only averaging 3.3. So it seems like they're willing to just let it be like Novocaine. Work a little, just bore you to death, and then something big happens.
Yeah, and the sophomore, 6'2", nice tall sophomore there. Plenty of room to grow, and they're balanced.
Herring in motion.
Yeah,
this time they hand off to number 4, who finds a wide opening on the left-hand side. He's going to go to the 30, the 25. He's stopped by Miles Theges at the 12-yard line.
Cole Coops there.
Cole Coops is going to get the handoff after the motion of Herring goes across the formation. They give it to Coops. Let's see, he's listed as a sophomore, 5'11", 210 pounds, a little more beef up
Averaging
front.
6 yards a carry is Coops, and a nice little carry there, nice vision to get outside. And now here they are in the red zone.
So they're going with the T backfield. You don't see that very much. And that's going to go to Herring. But Gavin Hunter makes a quick stop there with minimal gain. It's going to be 2nd down and still 10.
Nice stop there by Gavin Hunter, playing ball all year long. Gets in there and sets up a 2nd and long for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Hunter leads the team in tackles, and his tackle total right now is up to 32 with 15 assists and 17 solos. So Gavin Hunter is your leader of tackles on the defense, kind of your mental leader out there as well. He's put the work in. He deserves that time to shine. So they bring back Coops. Coops comes back into the ball game. The snap to Rogers, the handoff to Coops. He's trying to find his pulling guard up the middle. He does get some lean forward yardage there across the 10 to the 9-yard line, so it's going to give him 3rd down and about 6.
Now I'm seeing number 75 on the Massey defensive line.
That's Beekman.
And 290, so that gives you some beef. I don't believe Beekman was a starter before this week, was he?
Nope.
But that's nice to see him step up. Like to see him clog some of those holes on that defensive line. So nice stop there. Also looking at Marshall Hunter, 62, 5'8", 220. So a little bit of beef coming in there for the Falcons this week.
Yeah, that's actually Gavin's younger brother, so he's finding some time on the line. And that's got to be a special moment. We've talked about that in the past, how brother with brother out on that field together. So the Tramplers had that a few times, and that's a neat feeling there. Rogers, the throw to Trampler. Out of bounds. It's going to be pushed out of bounds. So the ball sailed just a little bit over the sideline there. Not only was Trampler in a good spot, but he was able to kind of use the sideline as his extra defender. So it's going to be 4th down and 6, and it looks like they have a kicking unit coming on.
That's a nice stop for the Falcons in red zone. Keep them out of the end zone. Of course, they tested 22 as they do every single week. And nice defense there. No room to make the catch. And so Harrison to force them to a field goal. That's good. Good stop here. Let's block this.
Landon Anderson, who has 7 point-after attempts but no field goals up to this point in the year. He is going to try for the field goal, and that's going to be right through the middle. Nice. So that's a 3-point lead put on the board by Harrison. Harrison's able to move the ball, honestly, until they got until about the 10-yard line, moved it at will.
Yeah, they did. And then the defense clamped down, kind of a bend but not break on that drive there. So to keep them to 3, that's a moral victory. Now we need to go out here, and here's what we need to do as an offense. We need to get in the end zone.
Yes.
Touchdowns, and multiple touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a stat that kind of sticks out in your mind when you look at the offensive stats for Clinton-Massie. There's only 4 touchdowns for the year, so through 4 games with only 4 touchdowns, knowing that the last game you had 0 times in the end zone, means that scoring has come at a premium.
Yeah, which if you go back to last year, that was not even an issue in some first halves.
Right.
They would score 3 or 4 touchdowns. So let's see a big – I feel like Logan Chesler's going to have a big game tonight, and I don't know, thinking about it today, somebody's going to step up to the moment tonight.
Chesser and Carmack will be your receivers in the back of this kickoff return formation. Clinton-Massie setting up at the 50 as the Harrison Wildcats set up at the 40. Again, if you want to send a shout out and let us know where you're listening or watching from, it's 937-303-8069. We'd love to hear, and we're going to have a question of the game.
My family's happy.
Back by popular demand, a question of the game. EJ and I have received multiple conversations from people of why we haven't brought it out so far this year. Chesser with the catch at the 18-yard line. He finds the blocking up the right-hand side. He's off to the races, the 40, but he is brought down with a nice tackle. Yeah. Nice tackle by number 18 for them, which is Brian Guthrie, a senior, 5'8", 150, making the tackle. Because I tell you, if he would have been able to get
green
past
grass,
Guthrie,
he probably would have been gone.
Lots of it at that point. So
what you do with when you get to the 40, obviously you leave 60 yards. Short field, no 80-yarder, 90-yarder to go. Get your confidence up. Let's get up on that, make some plays, make some blocks, and let's get this thing in the end zone this drive.
I like the vision that he had. He saw he needed to get to the sideline. They thought that would be beneficial. So it looks like we're going to have a flip by number 71. That's McCoy. The ball goes to Chesser. He tries to find an opening. He spins. He's able to find a little bit of opening on the right-hand side. We're going to get you a number 57 is our replacement for Frisch. That's Tyler Tollison. Tollison goes to the guard position, it looks like, and that brings McCoy back out to the tackle. So having to make some movement on the line because of the Frisch illness there. So we're going to see if that either helps or, possibly causes trouble later on as we set up the 45-yard line right-hand hash. The Wildcats up front, a little bit of size there at the nose guard position as well as both the tackles. But if you're looking at them, we'll try to get some years here for you. It looks like 66, which is Logan White, which is a freshman. Yeah,
young team.
Yeah, they look young. Yeah, 67. Cam Wong is an 11th grader. We'll try to get you a few numbers. Number 5's out there as well. That's Jaden Thomas. He's a junior. The flip of Owen Trick goes to the left-hand side. Out of the wishbone backfield.
Gabe's back.
Yes, Gabe McDowell, a big return for big play Gabe, who's been nursing a knee injury over the last couple games, and we're glad to have him back into the fold.
Setting up a 3rd and 2. This is what Massey's used to, is a 3rd and short, not 3rd and 9. So good push by the offensive line, and we just need to convert about a yard and a half to get the first down here.
Well, we're getting a few people sending us some shout-outs, and that was exactly what was said. Gabe McDowell back in the action. Let's go
big
from
play,
the
Gabe.
Romars in Seattle, Washington. We appreciate them checking in.
Yeah.
Watching all the way from Fisher Street. Get the W boys, Thomas family, Alec Madison, and Maya. So Clinton-Massie comes up with a split backfield. It goes to Logan Chester. He's immediately met in the backfield, baby. But he is able to chug forward where it looks like he's going to be able to get the first down based on where they spot the ball right at the 50.
Look at him.
The nose of the 50.
He's a man determined tonight.
Yeah. Like you said, you're looking for a big game from him, and it looked like Logan Chester was able to get that on his own.
He's tired of this. Yeah. Way to go, Logan. Nice run.
Blitzing linebacker was no match for him.
And that was just him. He had to make that move and carry that defender that extra yard, but he did. He kept the legs moving. Nice run there.
How about our friends at Groovy Dog Tie-Dye watching from Morrow Arts Center again? We appreciate them checking in. So those that you want to check in, 937-303-8069 coming later on is the question of the game. You're going to see a single receiver on the left-hand side. The wishbone backfield, he finds an opening of about 6 yards, so that's going to be a 6-yard run on first down by Gabe McDowell. Gabe McDowell, we're going to have to see what the knee is working with. He does have a brace on it, so is speed going to be hampered or is just stability an issue?
Yeah, I don't know yet. We'll watch and see how that works out. However, he is patient, and he's shifty. And so I saw that both in his last couple carries. He's had at least 5 yards per carry with patience, and shiftiness is he's looking pretty good tonight.
Brady Russell comes out on the right-hand side as a receiver. Logan Chester finds an opening. He makes one person miss, grabs both hands on the ball, and that's something I'm sure the coaches have mentioned numerous times. Unfortunately, had a little bit of the fumbles there in the first couple games, and you could see as soon as he had contact, he covered up.
The sophomore's learning these lessons the hard way, hard knocks, but he's young, he's athletic. You're going to see the speed because one of these he's going to get past that defense. And another first down, and this looks, Matt, to me like Clinton-Massie football.
Chris Luce checks in for the game for the Harrison Wildcats. He's a sophomore as well, listed at 6'2". the full house, the wishbone backfield, the flip by Owen Trick to the left-hand side. The snap goes to Gabe McDowell. He finds
nice look.
Open the weak side this time, so he crosses against the grain.
But he made a cut, cut back. And that cutback got him 4 or 5 yards again. Nice run by Gabe. He's looking good tonight. Again, setting us up with just 2nd and 5 and 3rd and 1, what these guys are doing tonight. So I'm impressed with our line, with our running backs tonight.
Checking in the game for Harrison Wildcats, number 30. That's DJ Clark, a senior running back linebacker listed at 5'10", 180 coming into the game for Harrison. Clinton-Massie with the ball resting at the 34-yard line. Again, Brady Russell's your single receiver to the right. Gabe McDowell, Chesser, Brody Clutter. The pitch this time goes to Chesser. He's got an opening on the right-hand side. He meets number 1 in the hole and drives him back another 3 yards.
Nice.
That's Donovan McCain that he met and pushed back at least another 4 to 5 yards, adding yards after contact by Logan Chesser.
Nice run there by Logan. Saw the seam, hit the seam, exploded, and then ran for a few more yards. A lot of strength, too, not just a tall, straight up. I call him Eddie George type running back, but it's got some power with that. Nice run.
You know what? I think the coaches have seen something in the defense formation because they're going back to the weak side. That was a pitch to the boundary side, the short side of the field. So they must like something about that formation. Gabe McDowell tripped underneath, but he does have positive yardage of about 4 yards. So they're going to go back to the middle of the field, 2nd down and 6.
And that's the difference between the line. Used to, you'd say, they just got a couple yards, but the line would get such a push, it'd end up, 4 or 5 yards. And so they're getting a good push tonight, and that's crucial for Massie in this run game.
Definitely need to get in the end zone, as EJ had mentioned earlier in the broadcast, that it can't end with just field goals all the time. We got to get in the blues. So this time, Clinton-Massie with Brady Russell on the right-hand side as your single receiver. The wishbone backfield, tight end to the left, is Brighton Rodman. The snap to Chesser, up the middle on the right-hand side off of the right guard position, back to the hash and goes down right before he hits the 10-yard line. Yeah,
falls forward. Nothing there as far as a hole, but he makes something, and he pushes the pile a little bit, so setting up a 3rd and short.
So knowing, EJ, that you may have, limited chances to get down here, is this a touchdown or nothing, or are you willing to tie it up at 3 with a McGinnis kick?
I think the score is crucial. Since it's 3, I think you take the points with the leg of McGinnis. Mm-hmm. So if it's me, and I'm not panicking. I don't want to show my team we're panicking.
That's
I like
true.
the way
That's a good point.
We're rolling.
Single receiver to the right. This time is Phipps. Chesser gets the ball, meets a defender in the middle of the field. He's pushed back, but he's able to get past the line to gain. So that's going to be a 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. What I like here is, and I like the McSorley is a lot this way, the man who's treading it out, you feed him again, give him the touchdown. And Chesser, him and Gabe, of course, Gabe's had some great runs here, but I'd like to see Logan just punch it in right here. Well, Chesser gets pulled out of the game. They're actually going to bring in Nolan Phipps as your fullback. That'll leave Brody Clutter as your 4 and Gabe McDowell as your 2. So still in the wishbone. It goes to Clutter this time, and he finds a little bit of space on the right-hand side. And they're going to mark him down at the half-yard. In fact, really the 1-foot line. I mean, it's so close that you can barely put a ball between there and where they'll set up for this 2nd down run. Logan Chesser looks like he's getting taped up on that left knee there, so maybe just a little needs to get to the trainer there for a second. But, here we're on the 1, 2nd down. Let's punch this in. So with the nose of the ball resting on the goal line, Keegan Lamb brings his team up under center. Wishbone backfield to Brody Clutter. He breaks the plane, and he's going to score. So the first drive for Clinton-Massie of this contest ends in a touchdown. EJ, what did you see that you liked right away? I like it all. I like the line, getting that push. There wasn't one penalty. There wasn't one time where we got pushed back. Our line dominated this drive. Our running backs were patient, hit the holes, and Logan Chesser, we said, hey, checkmate to you. 7-3. Logan, checkmate Chesser. Here's what I like about this. Not necessarily any big runs. That was a drive. We put together a drive. Yes. It was a long drive. It was a sustained drive. And like you said, no penalties. The point after attempt is good by Ian McGinnis. The holder is Caden Zantini. So we appreciate the efforts here on the first offensive series for Clinton-Massie. We'll see what the Harrison Wildcats have to return. And the old cheerleading adage, keep that drive alive.
keep that drive alive.
Keep that drive alive.
And they did.
While we're keeping it alive, we got to talk about our friends at Sam's Meats. Stop by Sam's Meats in Wilmington and support a locally owned and operated business. You'll find fresh chicken, pork, and beef. Dine in or carry out and enjoy homemade hot bar meals and grill items. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, homemade desserts, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. They're also hiring. Apply for a full or part-time position, and you can do that today. In fact, once we go to halftime and you watch the band and there's a little bit of time left, call up Sam's Meat and see if you can get a job. Why not?
There you go. If they're hiring, go
Leave
ahead and
them a
get there.
message. We know they might not be there because they're definitely here supporting Clinton-Massie football as they always do, and Sam's Meat does a great job supporting Clinton-Massie local schools just in general. But leave them a message and say you heard that they were hiring at Campus Nation, your friends at campusnation.com. Go to the Facebook page, Campus Nation, and like. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Each one of those subscriptions helps out our friend Rick Phillips, owner, operator, CEO, extraordinaire. And I have a story,
The man,
EJ.
the myth, and the legend.
I have a story, EJ. As soon as we get this return finished, I'm going to tell you a Rick Phillips story that I've been waiting to share with the viewers and with you since last week. So here's the kick, the bounce
There you go.
into the hands of Herring. Oh, he trips just a little bit, tries to weave back and forth.
You can tell me Rick entered into the pumpkin pie eating contest.
Oh,
is that what he did?
No, he did not. Rick Phillips, did you know that you played with a friend, a fellow friend that graduated from Beaver Creek? Was your graduating year 1969? 71. Okay.
No, he's not that old.
Did you? There was two Rick Phillips. Okay.
So is the story still?
He was what?
They own Phillips Sand and Gravel. I was not lucky enough to own Phillips Sand and Gravel.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so were either one of the Rick Phillips football players?
I wasn't.
You wasn't. He was. Okay, so that Rick Phillips, I had a story shared about him, and it was exciting. I thought I was going to be able to share that about my own Rick Phillips, but congratulations to the other Rick Phillips, who was a quality football player as well. Okay. So we'll take the quality engineer and
who's
CEO.
behind the football
That's
games.
That's right.
This Rick Phillips cheers the hearts of all the Friday night fans watching from home.
Doing a great job at Campus Nation. As they go 2-by-2, the single running back is given the ball and off the right-hand side, finds a little bit of an opening of about 2 to 3 yards, and we'll get you a number in just a second here.
And here's what you do. That defense looked good there. You got a little push, but that defense has to get up like, guys, our offense is clicking tonight. Let's get on that. Let's play like we normally play and force a punt here, and let's get the ball back.
Yeah, that was Coops in the game, and he got the carry for a almost 4-yard gain. This time they're going to bring in 5 receivers, so they're going to be in a no back set formation here.
Time for old Rodman to do his thing here.
3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. The snap goes to Rogers. He's going to run up the middle, and pushing that back would be Keegan Lamb, number 15. Blew that play up from the beginning along with Miles Thiegy. So it looked like they knew that run was coming. Rogers is their leading rusher.
They did, didn't they? They did. They looked. That's a design play to run to the left side there. Mask it like it looks like a pass. But then, hey, our defense, they look well prepared. I like that.
Yeah, that was the old counter tray. So many football people know that's your pulling of your guard and tackle on the opposite side. The quarterback kind of just waited for them to get up the hole. But Keegan Lamb,
by that time,
he
sniffed it out.
Flipped right into that hole and pushed it back and made that a no gain, or at best maybe about a half yard there. So we're going to look at 3rd and 5. Looks like there's going to be a timeout, or is this?
Into the first.
No, we're into the first quarter already.
Time's flying with long drives like that.
No doubt. So we're excited to talk about WZAA. There is now even more to love about your favorite radio station, WZAA 106.9 LPFM. We have recently collaborated with Destination Outlets and Okta to create an elevated hospitality experience. Enjoy live concerts, contests, dining, and, of course, shopping. Make sure to visit the new WZAA 106.9 at Destination Outlet Studios, where our crew broadcasts talk shows, prepares music streams, creates commercials, and more. We look forward to seeing you. How about a new sponsor this week, a name you will recognize, Trampler Brothers Paving.
Hey.
Trampler Brothers Paving is family-owned and operating full-service company specializing in commercial, industrial, and residential asphalt paving, seal coating, and excavation, developing trusting relationships with our customers through exceptional work, customer service, and integrity. Proudly serving Clinton, Warren, Butler, and Hamilton County since 1939.
What about it?
Is that the year, Rick, you were born, 1939? No, that's no,
He's been awful mean to you, Rick.
Contact us for your free quote at 513-777-6747. I do have to give a little bit of an extra, shout out there. Trampler is a family name that we've known a long time. They've done a great job and very trustworthy people. So All right, so Campus Nation, of course, our friends at Campus Nation, fans, Campus Nation expected to bring you coverage of both the reigning state high school football champs, the Clinton-Massie Falcons, and reigning National Collegiate Club football champions, the Ohio State University. There's still time to become an official sponsor of the 22 football season. Contact Rick Phillips at 513-527-6674. Clinton-Massie sets up on defense at the 15-yard line. 2-by-2 set as the DBs creep up for the Clinton-Massie Falcons. This time they're going to look to the sideline, so a new wrinkle into the offense, a little switch in the formation. Now they're going to go 2-by-2, but they're going to stack on each other way outside the number. So it's interesting to see if Rogers' arm is going to be this strong. This time he follows his lead
Nice
blocker.
tackle.
But a tackle by Keegan Lamb, the third leading tackler for the
Nice.
Clinton-Massie Falcons, comes up big on 2 plays back-to-back. That'll make it 4th down and 4.
They're trying to spread that defense out, but Keegan twice now, 2 plays in a row, sniffed it out, saw it, made the play, and nice 4th down where you're deep in Harrison territory, so you can flip this field and have less than 50 yards to go here with any kind of return.
So Brady Russell, who had a phenomenal game on defense last week as well. We saw Tristan Trample on one side, a freshman. Brady Russell, a sophomore, on the other side, knock and defend passes as well. So we're looking forward to seeing them for a long time on the outside of the numbers on defense. And the punt's going to go right to him. He's going to catch at the 47. He goes outside, left-hand side. There's a flag on the play. He does find an opening, but this one, a second one's going to come back. So there's going to be holding or an illegal block in the back on either one of those plays. And as they set up that, we're going to talk about destination outlets because do you have plans tomorrow? You do now. And you know what's funny is I actually have plans tomorrow, and guess where I'm going?
Where?
To Destination Outlets.
Nice.
So join the WZAA crew from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Destination Outlets for the annual Fayette County Drug Education Car Show. Come enjoy the festivities, shopping experience, and pick up some valuable resource materials this weekend, September 17th. And you might see Matt Baker there. You never know. Which that would make it all worth it, I'm sure, right?
That'd be
EJ?
awesome. Yeah, get you a little shopping in, make the wife happy, go to Bath and Body Works, get some of that stuff, and see a car show if you're a man.
We will absolutely be walking by Bath and Body Works now. Unfortunately, you couldn't drag me in that place, but I'm sure my wife,
get you.
It gets me every time. It's not that they don't have quality products. It's I just can't stand to smell them all at once. So this time, Ty Phipps brings the offensive play in. The snap and the return to the line of scrimmage. They are going to move that ball just a little bit because they ended up taking them back an extra 5 yards. So this is going to be a setup for the offense at the left-hand hash 47-yard line of Clinton-Massie, trying to break the 50-yard line and get into Harrison territory on this play, which will be a wishbone backfield. Single receiver is Ty Phipps to the right. Keegan Lamb under center.
Still decent field position.
The snap to big play Gabe, and he's able to find that opening off the left-hand side. That's a great first run there. It's going to be a good 7 yards. You know what I like about him? Pad level.
Yeah.
Pad level.
Low,
very low pad level.
Shifty and falls forward. When you fall forward, you're going to get another yard or two.
Yep, and you see that great pad level brought to you by Mark Lamb, our cameraman, for another week. We appreciate Mark filling in, helping us out as Corey Price will be back with us next week. We hope so.
And he had many years as he would do that for his son, Brendan, of course, and then so he's got a little experience in that camera.
So, again, the wishbone backfield goes to Gabe. He finds another opening, almost a first down, but he's met by tacklers for the Wildcats. Looks like it's going to be third down and about 2 will be here, and they are on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, you know, someone is motivated, Clinton-Massie. They just look sharp. Clinton-Massie looks motivated. They look like somebody had a good pep talk, and they got the message clearly.
I like it. So the offense turning around, getting set at the 45. Again, you have the wishbone set. You have the tight end to the right, single receivers to the left. The snap to Gabe again, but he is met in the backfield this time, so he did not make that line to gain. He's going to still have a yard, so you're going to be fourth. Oh, yeah, on this side, you're absolutely going on
this side of the ball, on this side of the field with that defense, the way our defense is playing, I'm and a nice little mark there by the rep. So, yeah, not even a yard, or looks like, so maybe a yard, but, yeah, I think we can push this forward.
So this is new. Brandon Updike's coming into the game. He's going to be a tight end, so it's going to be a double tight look, wishbone backfield. You brought Nolan Phipps, your freshman, in at fullback. You got Brody Clutter as your 4-back. It goes to Gabe, but he is
they
met
got him.
and driven back, and he is not going to get the line to gain. So that's going to be a turnover downs by Clinton-Massie. It seems like they knew that
knew
play
where it
was
was
coming.
Yeah. Yep. It, like they'd read it, and there was a wall of 5 defenders there, and they pushed that back. So they sniffed that out, and now it looks like it's going to be a first down for Harrison. Good play for them. Kudos to them for that nice defensive play, and a couple big boys there just stopping that penetration.
4 times in a row to Gabe McDowell. I don't know if they wanted to see if he could just break one, give him the carries that he needed, but it looked like they knew that was coming in the 4th down.
Yeah, no, Logan Chesser, after they taped his knee a little bit, I think he's okay, but whatever reason on that drive, he didn't see the touches.
Yeah, hopefully it's not that he's decoying and
Right.
there really is something wrong with him. So Gabe McDowell joins us out here at the 50-yard marker in order to cover on defense this time. Trips right, single receiver left. The run by Rogers. He tries
Nice
to find
stop.
an opening, but it's just not there, so he's stopped after no gain, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
You know, people say, why the losses, what happens? Well, sometimes in a magical season when you go to the Super Bowl like the Bengals or you go to state, not only do you have to be a really good team, but things got to go your way. You got to be healthy. And one thing I'm noticing this year, it just seems to be we keep getting snake bit by these injuries, and one of our key players is out with an injury. So that's a lot of it too. And you think of Logan, I think he's okay, but you got to be healthy to make those kind of magical runs in the postseason.
Trips left, single receiver right. Rogers gets the snap. This time he's going to pass. The lefty throws, and the catch goes to number 2, so that's Herring again.
Yeah.
Herring gets the reception. He drops down right about the 50-yard line, so this time they'll set up on the left-hand hash, 50-yard. So completed pass, ups his complete percentage for another 5 yards.
Yeah, but still a good 3rd and a long 5 here. So if you're Massey, you can put your ears back and stop this and get the ball right back. Here we go, Massey.
Clinton-Massie brings out number 21, which is Peyton Brewer in this nickel set. 5 DBs against 4 receivers. The snap to Rogers. The lefty throws.
Nice.
He's off to the races with the catch. Herring goes in past the 30 to the 27. So the slant, I'm sorry, that is not Herring. That is number 7. That is Corey Helms, a sophomore, 5'10", 155. So they must have seen something they liked there, and they threw the slant immediately.
Yeah, a good pass by Rogers. Hit him right in stride. He didn't have to break stride in between a defender. So that was just a good play altogether.
Nice throw. So this time it looks like Paul Neiman is going to take the snap.
Yeah, it has some delicious
dressing. They changed a little bit. Now it's a double reverse, and Neiman gets it. The throw.
Good coverage. Come on, turn around. Nope.
The ball's on the ground, so they tried a double flea flicker in essence.
Yeah, takes a long time to develop. Our defender stayed with him, but he did slip in the end zone, but the pass just a little bit off there.
Double reverse pass, somewhat defended by Peyton Brewer. He was kind of facing the offensive receiver there, but we're able to get that ball to hit the ground before it got to the hands of the receiver, and it looks like they're going to bring back Rogers. So it was just odd to see, that guy in there for one play. I guess they had set that play up for him the whole time. And maybe that's Rogers' arm strength. He threw that ball. That Neiman guy threw the ball probably a good 45, almost 50 yards. So Rogers again with the slip screen, and it goes for a solid 6 yards. So it feels like he's getting a little bit of rhythm in the passing game.
He is. He's got a good ball. I mean, both passes here on target, but that's going to set up a 3rd and 4. But, yeah, good arm, accurate these last 2 out of the 3 throws. He was right on the money.
Brian Guthrie is your receiver on that last play. So this time they have 2 sniffer backs right behind the line of scrimmage, as well as a running back behind them. Rogers going to get the snap. He's going to give it to Herring. He goes right up the middle.
Wow.
He pushes off Peyton Brewer, and he's going to score off the left-hand side into the end zone. So they put their beef up front and was able to find an opening off the left-hand side, and that's a score for the Wildcats, and they're going to take the lead with a point after attempt to come, 9-7, potentially 10-7.
Yeah, Herring with his 3rd touchdown of the year. He looked motivated. I think both of these teams got something to prove tonight, but definitely Harrison won that drive. Their line looked good. Herring looked motivated. Nice run there. And here we got a game, 10-7 game. Should the kick be good?
6:40 is left on your clock in the second quarter, so the Clinton-Massie will take over with their kickoff return team here with about 6:40 left in order to get something going, another drive, hopefully that ends in a touchdown and a lead before they go into halftime.
Yeah, you need to answer. In a 10-7 ball game, it's time. And with the Massie, the way they operated that first drive, they can take 6 minutes off the clock and punch it in. That's your ideal situation. Eat up clock, march it down, punch it in for 6 points, and maybe Logan will get a few more touches on this drive and Gabe, and I like the way they're running.
So Clinton-Massie with Logan Chesser and Cooper Carmack will be back to receive this kickoff from Harrison, setting up at the 40-yard line. Clinton-Massie needing to answer after the score goes for Harrison, and honestly a score based on passes. Definitely had a good showing from the left-handed quarterback Rogers on that particular drive.
Little slant play, hit him right on stride, screen play that they blocked downfield, got about 6 yards on that. So pretty balanced attack when you look at the stats anyways. And the young sophomore's got a good arm, good accurate arm. So they've got a lot to build on just like we do.
Yeah, they're very young. They're bringing in a lot of sophomores and freshmen in order to play, as they prepare for, hopefully a future run. So the kick this time, it's going to be kind of a pooch kick. Brady Russell fair catches that at the 25-yard line, so secures the ball, gives it to the ref, and then we'll get the offense started off the left-hand hash at the 25-yard line here as Clinton-Massie sets up with 6:39 left on the clock. It
feels good though. I mean, it's been a grind the past few weeks. It feels like their offense, besides that last fourth down, is moving the ball, and I like our chances still. I think we're motivated tonight, and I think we just need to come out, put an exclamation point on this half, and have a nice long sustaining drive, or a big break of a long run would be okay as well.
So out of the wishbone with Ty Phipps as your receiver to the left, Keegan Lamb goes under center. The snap, the toss goes to Chesser. He has an opening off the right-hand side. One man to miss. He makes that man miss, but he's caught at the 47-yard line, pushed out of bounds. So a successful first down run on first down. That's going to be a first down setting up at the 47 right-hand hash. So what a great run by Chesser.
Nice 22-yard run, followed his blockers, exploded, and got the first down and some. So bringing the ball about to midfield. Nice run, Logan.
So Clinton-Massie resets themselves. Brady Russell brings in the play this time.
Clock's moving. That's what we like. 6:14 left here in the first half.
Clinton-Massie with a little different look this time. So a slot to the left, a far slot to the right. Chesser goes into motion. He fakes, and the counter comes back the other way. So that's going to be a nice run of 5 yards on the first down.
Yeah, you get a player like Chesser open up big plays, and you seen him as he ran in motion. That defense going to freeze him a bit, saying, where's number 6 going? And then you're going to capitalize that, go up the middle, and fake it around the end there. So there's a nice 5-yard run. And again, 5:37 left here in this first half of play.
Yeah, you definitely want to take up the remainder of time. So you're okay if you're chipping away as long as you keep moving those chains.
And I think we need to get our confidence back because this is what we do. And if we can go out here a couple drives and keep doing what we're doing, that'll help our guys get confidence.
Time the motion goes to Gabe McDowell. He finds the toss opening. He makes 2 people miss the cut, and he's still running at the 25-yard line is where they'll bring Gabe McDowell down. So he's able to make 1 person miss. He actually used his stiff arm to get 2.
Little extracurricular possibly after the play. Hopefully that don't bite us.
Looks like they're going to call Gabe McDowell, I believe, for delay of game because he tossed the ball to his own player instead of back to the ref. I've seen this before. I don't think it was intentional. Oh, no, it's for a little bit of mouthing, so it might be a taunting call. So we'll see what the ref calls here. Taunting, yep. So that'll be a penalty of 15 yards. So unfortunately, that's going to take most of that gain back.
You hate that.
Yeah.
Gabe, we can't, got to keep our composure. That's the first penalty. We played a good game as far as penalties go, and you hate that. So just get back here, and you definitely don't want to hurt your team that way.
So this time the slot's going to be to the right. That's Gabe McDowell, and Brady Russell will be off the right-hand side.
Good run, though.
It was a good run. Made a few people miss, used the stiff arms a couple times. The ref's going to adjust some of the equipment for the Clinton-Massie offensive line, and this time you're going to get Brody Clutter behind Keegan Lamb, who will go under center with Logan Chesser off the left-hand side, along with Brighton Rodman on the left-hand side as well. The counter goes back to Brody. He finds an opening. he's able to get a nice run off the left-hand side. So, again, it seems like there's something in the formation setup of the defense that they like going back to the weak side of the offensive setup, because you've got numerous runs at this point that have been back to the weak side.
Yeah, and they're being very effective tonight. Good push there. That was a nice 7-yard gain. And you've just got to be, if you're the Massie coaching staff, you've got to be just very happy of what you're seeing out of your line tonight.
This time double slot. Brody Clutter behind Keegan Lamb. Ty Phipps is your receiver to the left. The toss goes to Chester. Owen Trick tries to get outside, but he's met by 3 defenders. After he takes one, the other 2 bring down Chester. Still a very short gain there, so it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Let's get a couple shout-outs here. Hi from Savannah, Georgia. Go Justin Beekman.
Yeah, we saw Big Beekman out there.
Go Falcons, Brett Horton, and Laura listening from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
All right.
Yeah, that's awesome. So shout-out from Scott Rodman, Brighton Rodman's grandpa. I'm still in Taiwan.
Hey.
It's 7:11 a.m. Saturday morning already.
All right.
So the wishbone backfield goes to Chester up the middle. He finds an open. He's being drugged down, but he churns his legs to the 15-yard line. Saw green grass, was able to
and if they
barely
didn't have his
yeah,
jersey, he was
it.
gone just by his jersey, and he's churning them legs. Good run, Logan.
They had him by the tips of the fingers there. So Ty Phipps brings in the next offensive play as we set up on 1st down off the right-hand hash. 16-yard line is what you need in order to in this drive and a score. 3:35 is what you have left on the clock. 10-7 is a Harrison lead. Wishbone backfield. Keegan Lamb goes under center. The snap to Chester again.
Go, baby.
He makes a person miss, drives into the hole, met with 2 defenders there, but he's able to get positive yardage on 1st down. And it looks like Chester needs to step back into his before he gets in trouble. He's going to have to get out of that pile and get back to the sideline here, as looks like Brandon Updike comes in. That means the 2nd tight end is in.
I wonder if he got that. Hey, McSorley's the master motivator, for those of you that don't know. I almost wonder if he got called to the office and said, hey, let's get with it tonight. Let's carry this team. Let's see what you got. I wonder if he did.
Have a coming out
He looks
party.
motivated.
Double tights. Wishbone backfield. The snap goes to Brody Clutter. Off the right-hand side, there's movement there, and almost a 1st down. It looks like he's going to come down right before the 1st down marker.
And what you're doing, well, that's a 1st down. Moving the chains.
There we go.
And the clock is moving down to 2:40, so
you're right on time. You're right on schedule at this point. So the 6-yard line's where the ball rests on the right-hand hash. You've got time. You've got the motivation at this point to put this into the end zone. You've got to match score for score. This would put you up on the lead going into halftime. Keegan Lamb brings his double tight set. This time to Brody Clutter. The hole closes a lot quicker on this particular play, so it's still going to be 1st down, and it looks like about 6 yards.
Yeah, Brody with the nice 1st down carry right before this. What I like about this Falcon team is you can plug Clutter in there, Gabe in there, Logan in there, these guys, Gavin Hunter, and they know exactly what they're doing. Of course, they've been in this system for a long time, but they know exactly what they're doing, and you're not having a fall off here by any inexperience. Even though some of these guys are young, they know exactly what they're doing.
1:50 is your time left on the clock. Now you're back to your single receiver to the right, wishbone backfield. Looks like it's going to be a false start by Clinton-Massie, which is unfortunately going to put them behind schedule now. Instead of being 2nd and 5, they're going to be 2nd and 10 for 2nd and goal from the 10.
So you are moving the ball in spite of these penalties, but you do not want to have these penalties when you need to punch it in and get a touchdown. You want to go into half if you're Massie, not tied. You want to get in the end zone, so you can't shoot yourself in the foot over and over here.
So, EJ, I'm going to have to turn all duties over to you. I'm being asked to interview for the TV crew that's here from Star 64. So I'm going to put the mic down for just a little bit.
Right.
I'm going to turn it over to you, help it finish out this 2nd quarter as big play Gabe drives his legs, gets down to about the 2-yard line, and EJ will take you the rest of the way home this quarter.
All right, we have minute 32 left here in this 1st half of play, and Harrison's going to take a timeout. And Massie's going to come over and talk about it while Harrison goes over and talks about it. Again, minute 29 left, and Massie is marching down, just marching down the field. And they are in here, the red zone on the 2-yard line with a 3rd and goal to go. So, again, we will come to you with the question of the night here shortly. We will be asking you, and you can be checking in with us and letting us know about that question of the night. I don't know what Matt's dialed up, if anything, yet, but so stay tuned. What a game we got going tonight. Looks like Massey's going to break huddle after talking it over with McSorley for a couple minutes, and these guys are ready to score. They are ready to get in the end zone. So here comes the offense back onto the field, and here comes Harrison's defense after they want to talk it over. And I'll go to my cameraman, Mark, and say, Mark, about time to punch it in here, don't you think?
I definitely think we've got time to punch it in here.
Minute 29.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got Mark on the camera, and he's got the headphone. That's nice, taking over for a while. Let's run here up against that line and push, get a good push in here, and see what the Falcons can do here. This is what they do. Handoff, and that is the Clutter. He's up the middle, and it is going to be a touchdown for the Clinton-Massie Falcons. Touchdown! Nice play there. Nice push by the offensive line. And again, that is number 5, Brody Clutter with the touchdown. The 5'11", 195-pound senior pushes it through, and Clinton-Massie takes a 13-10 lead here with 1:26 left in the second quarter. So that's exactly the score you need to go into this halftime with, isn't it, Mark?
Amen. Yes, absolutely. Brody Clutter comes from a Massey football family. His dad played here for McSorley. And McSorley
little movement. So they're going to redo this, maybe take a step back here, a little movement on the offensive line, and they will take the extra point and play this one over.
I believe it's Brody's dad that McSorley calls one of the best players that he ever had come out of Clinton-Massie.
Wow.
That's a big honor right there.
Yeah.
You hedged it by saying that was the score we were going to
Yeah, that's probably, I probably said 14-10. So now they're gonna line it up, do it again here, and they're gonna kick this from the 15. So a 25-yard, back it up 5 yards, and McGinnis up, and it looks like it is good. So 14-10 lead, minute 26. And Clutter puts us on the board. Massey's getting a good push tonight, don't you think?
Yeah. I like the way their line's looking tonight. They come out motivated. I think sometimes losing a player like Bell, you come out and that just gives you that extra incentive to work that much harder and to overcome the obstacles that's coming against them.
Yeah, I think you do, and I think they look like, I was telling Matt just a minute ago that it looks like maybe Logan Chesler got that McSorley motivation, maybe pulled him in and say, hey, let's get on that. Let's ride your legs here, and Chesler's playing a heck of a game tonight.
Yeah, he looks good tonight. He looked good as a freshman out here. When he was playing as a freshman, that kid came out and he'd come in at the end of games and he would look really good, and you knew that something special was coming down the pike for him.
Yeah.
I like what I'm seeing tonight from him, and I'm trying to do double duty, so I'm
That's
forgetting
all right.
the
You're
camera
doing well.
here while I'm talking.
You're doing well. So looks like Massey getting ready to kick off here. So what you want to do, looks like Harrison can come out in a spread, but you're going to try to stop them from getting any scoring, getting in the end zone. Minute 26, McGinnis set to kick off. Nice deep kick. And that's going to go in the end zone for a touchback. Nice leg there from McGinnis to put the ball in the end zone. Harrison's going to come out, take the ball, but nice kick there on the leg of McGinnis.
The McGinnis boys can kick, and that's one thing about that family. They definitely know how to put their foot on the ball and put it where they want it to go.
Yeah, nice kick there. Now your defense is going to come out with a minute 26 left, and at this point your goal is just to hold them and to go into that locker room with a nice 14-10 lead on a good Harrison team, and just kind of ride that momentum into the second half.
Right. Yeah, that definitely takes the pressure off. When you go into that locker room, if you got that little bit of cushion going into the second half.
Yeah, and you don't want a team to come down and score on you.
Not with a minute 26 left.
No.
No.
So the sophomore quarterback, Cohen Herring. Or I'm sorry, that is number 9, Luke Rogers. My apologies. Luke Rogers in the shotgun formation for Harrison. He's going to run this draw play up the middle. Pass one man up, and he's going to get 11-yard gain there, finally brought down. at the 32-yard line, but nice run there by the sophomore. 6'2" sophomore, pretty good arm, got a lot of potential here.
Yeah, I didn't know he's a sophomore, but yeah, that he's really impressive to be a sophomore. But yeah, you talk about going into the locker room with that cushion, and you definitely don't want to go into that locker room and give up a touchdown here and face McSorley when you get there.
Rogers in the shotgun. He's going to pass it over. And that's number 2, Cohen Herring. And they're going to get him. Looks like he's going to get out of bounds. And the clock is going to stop at 58 seconds here. But they're just trying to work that sideline there and stop the clock and march downfield. Up to about the 38-yard line for Harrison. So, no, don't have to rush here with the clock stopped. But if you're Massey, it's time to buckle down. It's with 2nd and 5 to go.
Yeah, time to get on it here.
Rogers now on the shotgun formation. Cowbells are ringing here on this side. Fans are into it. They want to see a win as much as anybody tonight. These fans are ready. They believe tonight's the night we're going to get this ship turned around and in the right direction. So, Rogers barking out the signals. Back to pass. Oh, and Rodman barely misses him, but he gets back on his feet. Rogers going to scramble a little bit, and he looks like he's going to work that sideline with about a 7-yard carry. Nice elusiveness there. He was one grab away from Rodman, bringing him down to the backfield. And but nice wheels there. About 6 yards on the gain for Rogers. Sets up a 3rd and 2, or I'm sorry, just a couple yards, but about a 3rd and 1 for Harrison here.
Yeah, runs the clock down to 48 seconds, so if we can
Big
stop
play
here
here
would be huge, yeah.
Rogers calling out the signals in the shotgun formation. Little whistle, and it looks like a timeout here. Clinton-Massie wants to talk it over and wants to talk to that defense a little bit, maybe give them a break, motivate them, say, guys, we got 48 seconds to go. Let's buckle down here.
Yeah, let's buckle down. Let's hold these guys. Let's not give anything up here before the half.
Yeah, and hats off, as me and Matt were talking earlier, their defense has played a great season.
Yeah.
I mean, 14 points last week, held Fenwick and buckled down, but the offense has lagged just a bit, but they're starting to get their chemistry. Even tonight, you see it clicking a little bit better.
And, a lot of these guys, got very little playing time. Coming out of that state championship team as underclassmen, didn't get a lot of playing time. Man, I give these guys kudos. They were part of that state championship team. They were part of those guys that filled backup roles when guys were injured, guys were tired, whatever. They came in and filled them. But, hey, this year hasn't went our way. But I tell you what, I'm proud of these boys. They still hang in there.
Yep.
They don't quit. Our fans don't quit. This stadium's packed out tonight.
That's right.
Our fans don't quit. It's just hard to beat
This
what you
is
got
a
here
football
at
town.
Clinton-Massie.
This is a football town. All right, Rogers in the shotgun gets the signal. And he's going to run, design, draw up the middle, and he's going to be tackled, taken down, and it looks to be just a bit short of the first down. Let's see the mark. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be short, and that's going to set up a 4th down as the clock just continues to run. Maybe they'll just let the clock run out, and that'll be all it for a half. And you're going to take a big moral victory if you're Massey to go into this locker room at a 14-10 really lead going into this half. So good play out of the Massey defense to hold them and hold Harrison. They'll be getting the ball at the kickoff of the second half.
Clock's winding down almost to 10 seconds now, so we're I don't look like
this is
gonna
all she
get in
wrote
any
for this
hurry.
half.
Yeah, so they're just letting the clock wind down.
So as the clock runs out, well, looks like there was a timeout. Maybe the play clock was going to get
out with 3.2 seconds.
So it looks like they're going to, I don't know, with 3 seconds, I'd say they'll punt or just run a play here. So we're going to take a timeout, and they're going to talk it over for a minute. And we're going to go into the half, looks like, with a nice 14-10 lead over Harrison. So, Mark, your son Brendan plays for Taylor football, running back. We also have Braxton Green and which Trampler is it? Because there's a bunch of Colton Trampler. That's right. So Braxton making some plays like week. So you going to be in Indiana tomorrow watching some of those Falcons play?
I will be in Indiana. We travel a lot, head over there. Hey, I tell you what, it's becoming like a little pipeline here from Clinton-Massie to Taylor, man. Taylor's a great school, and we got some great kids over there. Colton had a big tackle on special teams last week.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, a guy come up the middle on a kickoff return, and he hit Colton Trampler, and it looked just like he did in high school. It looked like he hit a wall.
Yeah.
He hit Colton Trampler and went straight down.
So the freshman getting some playing time over there,
freshman,
Taylor?
Yeah, getting some playing time.
All right, Harrison's going to come out. Spread offense in the shotgun for the young Luke Rogers. And Massey's going to drop a lot of guys deep so that there's no Hail Mary. Nice arm there for Rogers, but that's just going to be an incomplete pass. So you're going into the half. Clinton-Massie 14, Harrison Wildcats 10. And nice play by Clinton-Massie. Time to talk about it, but we've got one great game going on. Actually, looks like they're going to be calling everybody back due to some laundry on the field. So they're going to call both teams back, and they're going to talk this over here. And looks like there was a foul against Clinton-Massie, roughing the passer. So they're going to give them another. You don't want to do that. Give them another play here, because I don't believe you can just say time's out. You have to give them at least one more play. So now they're going to get a Hail Mary. Now this time possibly into the end zone when you tack on the penalty yards. And so kind of a dangerous play there to throw one into the end zone. But they're going to try. They're going to move this ball up. And the young sophomore, Luke Rogers, is going to come out and probably try to chuck it into the end zone.
Yeah, we've heard the Harrison student section chanting, "You can't do that," too many times tonight. They've Massey's hurt herself with penalties, and hopefully we'll.
And now you can probably get it in the end zone or close to it with his arm. So you give him one more opportunity here to do that. So Harrison, quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to roll back. Roll to his right side. Looks like Neiman, he throws it into the end zone and deflected there by Clinton-Massie. That's a nice play there by Miles Thiegy to get up, high point the ball, deflect it. Nice play there by Thiegy. And way to knock that down. And now we are going to go into halftime. There is no flags on the field. We are going to go into halftime with a 14-10 lead. It looks like Clinton-Massie band's getting ready to come out and take over this halftime show and play for the folks out here. But definitely a different feel here for the Massey Falcons. They're on top, and this is where you want to be. This looks like classic Clinton-Massie football.
Right, yeah. Not even, still don't really have the big back that's just garnering, hundreds of yards in a game, but yet we're doing that 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That McSorley, you hear him boom from the sidelines. That's a good play. You know, he loves that 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and just keep doing that all night long, and that's what we're doing tonight.
Look at these stats for Clinton-Massie. 10 carries for Logan Chesser, 85 yards, averaging 8.5 yards a carry. Gabe McDowell, 10 carries, 54 yards, 5.4 yards a carry. And then Brody Clutter coming in and cleaning it up with 7 carries for 24 yards, 3.4 average. But Brody gets the touchdowns in those short yardage situations. So good playing there by all the Massey running backs. And Harrison playing a good game too. So right now it's anybody's game, but it feels like the momentum, feels like Massey got a message this week because they're looking more motivated than normal.
Right, yeah. They definitely, I'm sure, got the pep talk from McSorley and crew that came in and said, "Hey, let's bring our A game here this week," and it still might be an A minus, but it's still the A game. Like to see a little bit less penalties, a little bit less yardage falling off the sidelines on the penalties, but other than that, we're not doing bad.
All right, we're going to take a break, let you listen to the Clinton-Massie marching band. Enjoy them. We'll be back in just a few minutes for your second half.
Educator state qualifier and is proud to present our competition show Off the Rails. Tonight we'll be performing part 1 titled Get On Board, part 2 Enjoying the Ride featuring senior soloist Luke Goodwin, part 3 Off the Rails will feature Ozzy Osbourne's 1980 classic Crazy Train. Have your tickets ready, get on board, and enjoy the ride as we go off the rails. Give it up for your Clinton-Massie marching band. Just to let you know that the Clinton-Massie Falcon Youth cheerleaders have a table out here towards the entrance. Basket of goodies are raffling off. They're going to be having the drawing in the fourth quarter, so check those out while you can. Once again, the Clinton-Massie Youth cheerleaders have some basket of goodies they're raffling off in the fourth quarter, so check that out. See what you're going to, what you could win with that. Your Clinton-Massie cheerleaders are going to take the field for their halftime performance. Ladies, why don't you set the winner to you?
He's doing an interview looking for Star 64.
Oh, he's still down there? Oh,
He was. Now he should be a hot dog.
negotiating.
And we have Tessa Crickets.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with about 9:45 to go here until second half.
Someone had a big head here.
Yeah, that's right. And we have Rick Phillips, the man, the myth, the legend, with us. So yes,
So
Matt will be
am I
back.
real or am I a myth?
Yeah, no, he's the real deal. He's the real deal. So Rick, that looks to me now. That looks like Clinton-Massie football, don't it? That first half.
That does. That
Yeah.
does. I think we're back.
Yeah.
Let's hope we have that in the second half. We get the ball kicked off to us this second half, so put some more points on the board and have a nice cushion here between Harrison and Massey.
Yeah, that'd be great to come out, get 7 points on the board, and take a 21-10 lead. But I think confidence breeds confidence, and so when you have a game in a first half like that, you have that defensive stand going into the half. I think it's what they need. And Clinton-Massie's always had swagger the last 15, 20 years. That's them. So they're back, and I think you're going to see that in the second half, them just capitalize on that and come out here and hopefully come right with their first win and kind of steer that ship in the other direction.
Yeah, because we're getting closer to going into the league.
Yeah.
And that should be there's a couple teams in the league that you got to look out for. You got to look out for Western Brown. You got to look out for I think New Richmond is fairly good this year.
Yeah,
so,
you do.
Other than that,
Some winnable games, though.
that's right.
Winnable games.
They're all winnable.
Yeah. And so we'll be seeing Clinton-Massie, as Rick alluded to, they will be receiving the second half kickoff. Just a little bit of stats as we talked earlier. Logan Chesser with 10 carries, 85 yards, 8.5 yards a carry, leading that Massey running attack. So when you have those type of stats and that type of running game, which that's all Clinton-Massie really is a rushing offense, when you have that, that's when you know the oil, everything's getting greased good and everything's operating. That's what Massey does.
Yeah, I actually think that we saw sort of a spark of what we're seeing tonight during the DeSales game. There were a few plays there, especially in the second half,
Yes.
that started to, look like the Massey team of old, and that they could do some things that could win some games here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this confidence will just breed confidence in this young team that a lot of these guys didn't have a lot of varsity experience coming in. But a win like this against a good Harrison team will breed confidence. Everybody said, is Matt okay? Yes, Matt was doing a little interviews with a couple media outlets that are here tonight.
I think he's negotiating a new contract, media contract.
Yeah, Matt, hopefully not. They're not better than Campus Nation, folks. This is where it's at. So we will have question of the night coming up in the second half. I don't know what Matt's got up his sleeve, but make sure you get those cell phones ready. Text us in with your opinion. Again, get down to the Destination Outlets, one of our sponsors. Enjoy a beautiful, crisp fall day. Well, a little hot, but get to Bath and Body Works, some of those places.
And WZAA, we're going to be doing some interviews. We're going to talk to some merchants. We're going to look at some cars and talk to some car owners. So that'll start at 10 and will run till 2 o'clock. And I think they have their awards at 2 o'clock.
Right.
And you can do some shopping while you're there.
There you go. Make everybody happy.
Oh, Matt is back.
And look who's back.
So we didn't lose him to Star 64.
The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, this is a big game tonight. Star 64 broadcasting. Matt, little interview as the superintendent of Clinton-Massie. But, Matt, we welcome you back. We're enjoying that last defensive stand that Massey had. But, hey, good to have you back, man.
Yeah, lucky I saw it from the field level, and, their AD was over there talking to me for a little bit, and he mentioned just what we've said the whole time. They are a young team.
Yeah.
And he said, we're a young team. And he said he loves the matchup. He loves what he's seen so far and what they had brought to the table last year.
Yeah, and it's just two good young teams, but they're young, and there's some developing to do. But if you're Massey, you got to be happy with what happened. Love it. Love how they went to that half.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, he said he's excited about continuing this rivalry, something he wants to keep going, hopefully for years to come. I told him, as we're young and they're young, it's going to be exciting to see over the next couple of years. And this may be one of those games where it's kind of who gets the ball last.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully Massie getting the kickoff will march down and get him a nice kick and go, go the distance and spread that lead a little bit. But you never know. Harrison, with what they can do, they're kind of a dual-threat team. They can run on you. We see the young quarterback, Luke Rogers, has a good arm, accurate. So anything could happen in a game like this. But it's a game that it doesn't feel like the first few weeks. It doesn't feel like just a grind to get anything going. It feels like Massie knows what they're doing tonight. They're well-greased. They're well-oiled. And they just look like traditional Clinton-Massie football. Yeah,
and it looks like they have an understanding of what Harrison's going to do. And nothing's catching them off guard. Even the double reverse pass really wasn't out of position. Peyton Brewer did slip just a little bit, but they're ready to go. They know what's coming.
I just saw McGinnis kick a field goal from 40 yards out.
So that's a 50-yard
goes through the upright, and I said, did I just see that? And then he looks at the fans like, did anybody just see?
Did anybody just see that? I just
what
made
a leg by
field goal.
McGinnis to set it up just to go through practice. And he's going to do another one here from the 40, which makes this actually he's going to back it up to about a 52-yard field goal.
Unbelievable.
And that's just kind of impressive. A halftime demonstration here by McGinnis. He's going to line it up again. This time he's going for a 52-yard kick. And that's kind of good to know with you got that kind of leg. Should you be in those circumstances where you need a field goal late in the game.
And exciting because I'm sure he's worked with his brother Trevor for many, many years in order to have the skill set that he's had. So let's catch up on a few of these, and then let's give him the question of the game. So
I don't even know what it is, so it's going to be exciting.
I got it. We're ready to go
All
here.
right.
So go Falcons. Shout out to cheerleader Sammy Brown from Fairborn from Memes and
Boogie.
Absolutely. So come on, Falcons. Front. It looks like Jace Griffin, class of 1995, James Stone, class of 1989, and the Wallaces on Webb Road, go blue. Let's go, boys.
All right.
Shooting out from Shelly Zantini. How about Jared Salisbury from Green Meadows? All right.
The big boy.
And then how about Go Falcons from Camp Lejeune, go Beekman. So Camp Lejeune, how about that? Awesome.
Yeah, what about
So we've
that?
got the military represented. We do want to thank, and we do this a lot, want to thank all of those serving in the military. EJ is our pastor and knows that we have about 4 or 5 people serving out of our church, so they do a great job, and we appreciate their gift to the country by serving. So here we go. Here's the scenario that I've got going on, EJ, and we want to hear from our people. So tomorrow morning I'm going to get up and we have a board work session from 8 to 10. So I know everybody wants to start their weekend off with with some work. So 8 to 10 I'm going to go, and then I do have my plans to go to Destination Outlets. We're going to do some shopping in the evening, but you know what? I'm going to have a break of time right there in the middle. So here's what I need from our fan base. I need to know, what movie am I going to watch?
What movie?
I've got about 2 to 3 hours there right in the middle of Saturday. I'm going to be able to pop the popcorn, get underneath the cover. I'll throw the TV on. I've got the Netflix. I've got the Hulu. I've got all those different, I can rent something off of the Dish Network. So here's what I want to know. Tell me that movie that I'll never know about that's good unless you tell me about it. Meaning, I could turn on Gladiator. I could turn on, Top Gun or something like that. I know all those. I want the movie that I would never know about that's worth watching unless you tell me about it. 937-303-8069. Again, 937-303-8069. I'll start with my color commentator, EJ. I've got 3 hours to kill, middle of the day. I got the popcorn popped. What am I reaching for? Nacho Libre. Absolutely. Okay, so you're going
I got 4 kids.
Okay.
We play that on the loop, so I'm going Nacho Libre.
Any particular part of that's going to get the belly going?
Yeah, the part where he serves them the food, and he said, I've had the diarrhea since Easter. My kids roll at that every time that's played. So I'm going with Nacho.
Nacho Libre. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you can give me something outside of Nacho Libre, we're 937-303-8069. Mark, did you hear the question of the game? Tell me the movie that I'm not going to see necessarily unless you tell me about it, because I got about 3 hours to kill right in the middle of the day. Find me something worth watching. 937-303-8069. If you've got a suggestion, send it this way, and we will send it back out to the airways and see if we got any love coming back and see if there's one or two that stick out in people's minds. So,
you know what my wife was saying today? This is funny because she's like, you know what movie I used to watch, and we just need to find it on one of our streaming devices, is Runaway Bride.
Runaway Bride, absolutely. Yep.
Or a Hallmark movie.
Yep.
One of them fall or Christmas Hallmark movies. We like to watch those.
So I will give you one. If you have not, listeners and those viewing us on YouTube, if you have never seen Mannequin, yes, Mannequin, the late 80s cult classic. Mannequin. I used to play that quite a bit. That was one of those where if I wanted to just have some background noise when I was a little bit younger, get home after practice, and I'm tired, I throw in Mannequin and watch that. If you haven't seen it, got some funny parts, some silly things to it, that's definitely worth catching on, and I'm sure you can find it on Netflix. It is about actually a mannequin that comes to life. That comes to life.
Yeah.
So good times, good times. We're going to get a few in that come already. And I know what, okay, right off the bat, I've got to tell you this story. This is a fun one. So our treasurer at Clinton-Massie Local Schools, Carrie Burr, wonderful woman, great treasurer, glad to have her on the team. Her and I share a bond. We share a bond over Coming to America.
Oh, is that the one?
One of the greatest. That's Eddie Murphy. That's Arsenio Hall. They all play 5 and 6 different parts. I promise you, if you walk through the central office in any amount of time during the week, you're going to hear at least one Coming to America reference. In fact, we threw one out today right there at the counter talking about money, and we usually get to one or two sometimes on a daily basis. So she has already texted me a clip of Coming to America. She said, "Did you even have to ask?"
Yeah. No, I don't think I've seen that one.
What else you got? 937-303-8069 is something that we'll send out to the airways and see if we get some response. Oh, here we go. We've got some coming in already.
Here they come.
If you've never seen Touchback, it's a great high school football movie. I have actually seen that advertised. I believe it's on Netflix. I've never got to watch it. Touchback, ladies and gentlemen. How about looking for number 47 to get a sack tonight, and that's from his brother Braxton Green.
Hey.
How about Shelly Bailey's checking in from Waynesville. Great job, Connor, and the Clinton-Massie band. No movie taken. A nap would be her first choice. There's nothing wrong with that. So how about The Prestige? The Prestige. Not familiar with that one. How about coming from Washington Courthouse? Go Massey. Let's get a win. Tracy and Kevin Matthews. And they're putting out The War Room. I think you'd enjoy that one.
I was thinking that. Love that, man. That make you want to get in your prayer closet and pray. I love that movie.
How about Go Falcons from Leighton Bell?
Yeah.
So Leighton Bell sending a quick shout out. And we know that he's injured right now. Had surgery today. Hope he heals very, very quickly. But a shout out from, that's right, from Leighton Bell. And here's a good one. If you've never seen this movie and you love football, Invincible. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen Invincible and you like some football, that is absolutely one to check out. That is Mark Wahlberg playing the role of the, I believe, late 70s, early 80s Philadelphia Eagle when they did open tryouts, when Dick Vermeil took over, and they did open tryouts, and an actual regular bartender was able to make an NFL football team on an open tryout.
I've never seen it. I think I've heard the story. Okay.
Very good movie.
Yeah, what about that? Yeah, so
937-303-8069 if you got a movie for us or if you want to send a shout-out. We're listening. The rest of this game is going to be exciting because right now you've got a 14-10 lead. Just about 30 seconds left as we're counting down to get the second half started. The kickoff will come from Harrison to either Logan Chesser or Cooper Carmack.
Yeah. Cooper Carmack back there and Logan Chesser, 10 carries. I think you were down being interviewed, but there was 10 carries, 85 yards for Logan Chesser.
Excellent.
So a couple more carries of that. He's going to break the 100-yard mark.
Something I'm sure going to be a confidence booster for him. Says Harrison checks. They tee the ball up. They'll be teeing it up at the 40-yard line. Their kickoff team gets set. Clinton-Massie gets set on the return. And we're going to start a second half of football, which is going to be a fun half of football. As Harrison drops the arm, the kick, and it's going to be a pooch kick. Brady Russell gets it, and he brings it down at the 36-yard line. So fair catch at the 36. catch it immediately, drops to the ground, and secures that ball.
That was a good play.
Yeah.
Watching it from up here, he had to get to that kind of dive to get it, called the fair catch, but try to get us off a little off guard with that little pooch there. But Brady Russell, the football muscle, with some nice skills there.
We would love, if there's Harrison listeners, we want to hear from you as well. Those of you that are watching on Campus Nation at campusnation.com, 937-303-8069. It's interesting. Is that a pooch kick, or is that, a kickoff that they want to do? Is that a normal kickoff for them, or is that something that they've got planned? We'll kind of try to get a little information on that. So Clinton-Massie setting up at the 35-yard line. In the wishbone backfield, Logan Chester tries to find an opening. He makes one person miss, but he's going to be brought down actually behind the line of scrimmage, as they definitely forced him outside of the tackle box on that one.
It looks like he was about one man away from breaking that, but again, they got the best of him there. But Logan looks motivated tonight. He's going to hit that 100-yard mark before this night's over.
So number 1 is going down for – that's Gavin Moore, and we hope he's okay. They had to take him off the field very quickly. Looks like he had an injury that they're going to look into, and I hope that young man is okay. So Gavin Moore being replaced on defense.
Now, Matt, when you sit down for your movie, do you get a cup of coffee? Do you get some chips and salsa? What do you do?
I like both of those, actually. So I will probably start off with a cup of coffee and sip on that for a little bit. But I love me some chips and salsa.
It is Saturday. You ever thought about watching football?
Yeah, we'll do a little football watching.
But this is for the whole audience.
Yeah, so this is Gabe McDowell
Go,
running off the left-hand side. He pushes his own player down. So he says, Mr. McCoy, you're not going fast enough.
Hey, I'm going to go that way.
Down.
So,
That's right.
So,
I'll tell you what, I'm actually looking forward to later on tonight busting out some salsa that I got from the Dorothy Lane Market that looks very, very good.
Medium, mild?
Oh, I'm a medium minimal, if not hot. So we got it. Yeah, I mean, if you like your salsa spicy, then you're just my kind of person.
And if you are watching football, I hate to admit this, but, man, Michigan's defense is fast.
How about that?
They're so fast.
How about the
this
mighty
year.
Wolverines? I know that nobody else
it makes
but
me nervous
wants
for
to hear that.
I know, but you being a fan, I'm like, I'm sure you like it, but, man, they got a fast defense this year.
But we're both more of a fan of our Clinton-Massie Falcons,
That's right.
who set up with the slot left. Chester goes into motion. The fullback gets the draw, and he's off to the races. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. No one will stop him. Touchdown, Brody Clutter.
Brody Clutter slipping through like butter, and he yanks it all the way to the house. Nice run by Brody Clutter, getting him some his third touchdown of the night.
Unbelievable. So we're excited for Brody not only having a great game, but a great run there. So what they've seen all night long pays off. They like to run it back to the weak side. That was a counter play. So he set up at the fullback position. Logan Chester goes into motion. The defense shifts towards the strength. And wouldn't you know, he comes back counter and makes
and had enough to go the distance.
55-yard run. The kick.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That's a great kick.
He
almost
put that in the baseball field.
Yes, he did almost put that in the baseball field. So now your score is 21-10
They're
with
pumped.
10:21 left. And you can see the hands pumping on the sidelines, getting excited. That's a play that they've been waiting to run all night and run it twice. But this time it breaks for a touchdown. So Clinton-Massie with your lead as we go into the start of the third quarter. What a great way to start off for Clinton-Massie. If you're the Clinton-Massie faithful, you've been waiting for that run for a long time.
Oh yeah, this is a big game. This is a turnaround game, and to see Clutter come out like that, they opened the hole, and then he just had enough speed for Brody to take it the distance. So he's going to get his third touchdown, and this is looking like traditional Clinton-Massie football. So now you want to come out here. If you're Harrison, you want to answer that. You want to take the momentum out of the crowd. But what a night for football.
And for those of you that were too excited to hear that call, EJ, give him one more time. He slipped through.
Brody Clutter slipped through like butter. And he did. He kind of, but, that one's been in the well. I don't know why I haven't fired that one off yet.
Still looking for the cheesy line counter sponsored by the – we'll find somebody that's going to give us a sponsorship before the year's over.
That's right.
We appreciate those that joining us, campusnation.com. Go to the Facebook page of Campus Nation and subscribe to the YouTube channel so we can keep bringing you free broadcasts where you get to hear things like Brody Clutter slipping through like butter. The kick by Clinton-Massie from the 40-yard line is going to drop right about the 10-yard line. The return starts there. He finds an opening on the right-hand side, but it's swallowed up quickly by the Clinton-Massie kickoff team, and that's number 44. That should be Elijah Grow on that tackle.
Confidence begets confidence.
Absolutely.
Just as fear begets fear. So what confidence does, it makes you play good on both sides of the ball. It gets you a little extra swagger. It gives you a little pep in your step. and there is some confidence going on. And look, Beekman out there, 75, going to clog up that middle for us, getting some playing time tonight. And so they're playing off that. Now we need to capitalize. A nice 3-and-out here if you're the Falcons. That's your goal here.
Clinton-Massie trying to get back on offense as soon as possible. They're going to set up Harrison this time with that double sniffer back plus a running back behind that. They scored on this play, a bobble snap, but he makes something out of nothing. Rogers able to at least get back to the line of scrimmage. He dives forward. That's going to be no gain, but back to the line of scrimmage after what looked like could have been a very terrible play.
Bobbled that handoff there and was able to bring it down and actually get a couple yards out of it. So a good heads-up play by the sophomore quarterback to get a couple yards out of that and kind of reset. And if you're Harrison, you don't want to start your drive that way, so you want to get out here and answer.
Talked to their AD, as I said, during halftime, and he said, they have a little bit less than they'd usually have in senior components this year, so that's why some of these sophomores and freshmen have to play. Again, that same formation except no running back this time. The counter Trey, he goes back to the weak side. He's open, but he's able to be stopped by Keegan Lamb.
Nice stop by Keegan. Okay, he's getting up.
Little ginger there, but it looks like he's okay. He's going to walk that off. And as you said, Beekman clogging up a hole there as well as Brandon Updike.
A lot of quarterbacks in high school play that safety position. It's like they see the field. They know as as the play caller on the other side, I can identify what they're doing, maybe get to the ball, clean that up. But Keegan's a good tackler. He made that tackle, stopped him short.
5 receivers this time, no back set. He barks out the first set of cadence, looks to the sideline, resets the offensive line and the protection. The snap, the left-handed quarterback tucks it away. Underneath he goes, and he's able to get a first down run after that 3rd and 4 attempt.
That 6'2" frame falling forward there is going to be enough for the first down. Nice play for Harrison. A lot of these dialed up, designed, spread look in the shotgun, but, that calls for him to run. Just spread that defense out.
Yeah, they're putting them outside of the numbers, so there better be either a really strong arm that Rogers is kind of holding back on, or, they want to bring him in at some point if they're going to start their passing attack again, because they're just spreading him out in order for him to run at this point. The snap, again, he takes off. He's able to elude Brandon Updike. The pass goes to a wide open receiver, broken coverage. 8 is going to run to the end zone untouched, and that's going to be Hank Roart, a sophomore receiver for the for the Wildcats. So Harrison with the busted coverage.
And another sophomore making a play. Wow, good for them. Hank Rotert or something there. R-O-T-E-R-T. That was it. But anyways, the sophomore with the big play there. Looked like a breakdown in coverage probably. Yeah,
it looked like the safety had kind of went over top to the cornerback position after they bit on a underneath route. So, unfortunately, that puts Harrison back in this ball game very quickly. Only 8:09 on the clock, but it's 21-16, now 21-17. So what was your lead is now down to 4.
Yeah, and if you're Massey, you want to get back out here and you want to march the ball down, and you want to do what you've been doing able to do all night besides one drive, and that's get down there and punch it in. So kind of a breakdown there, good pressure by our defense, but the kudos to this quarterback that is elusive, sees the man downfield, sets his hips, sets his body, makes the throw, and now it's a 21-17 ball game with 8:09 left.
And I don't know about you, but I've noticed I've called Brandon Updike in the backfield, honestly, for the 3 games that we've done up to this point so many times. He's almost hitting pay dirt, but just missing out on some sacks and some tackles for loss. And that was another example where he actually had his hands on the quarterback but wasn't able to bring him down.
He said, talk about slippery like butter. This quarterback was able to elude the rush, set his body, square it up, make the throw downfield, and you got to give credit to Harrison as well. They just made that play. So still a 4-point lead here for Massey. Still a lot of motivation, a lot of things to build on, but they need to answer here.
For those of you that didn't notice, the southpaw was able to shift his body weight back and make that play really against his body. Brady Russell with the opening on the right-hand side is able to probably gain about 5 yards, but he is brought down by a Harrison defender. So a 5-yard return after what looks like about a 40-yard kick.
Yeah, a little bit of return there, but if you're Massey in this offensive line, I want to give credit to this offensive line here. They're opening up some nice holes tonight. They're gelling. They're playing together. This offensive line hasn't played together. A couple of them have, obviously. But they're gelling tonight, and you want to just see them keep doing what they're doing. How's those movies coming in?
We're getting them in. We're going to take care of in just a moment. We'll definitely share some of those thoughts. Those of you that are looking for a good flick before the football starts tomorrow. So the Wishbone backfield here tonight on Friday Night Football. It goes to Logan Chester. He's off to the races. Right-hand side. He makes two people miss, but he's brought down across into Wildcat territory on the 47-yard line. A successful first down run.
Yeah, he looks fresh. He looks fresh. Good run there, Logan.
All right, those of you that are excited about some movie choices, how about The Visit? Not one I'm familiar with, but looking forward to looking that one up. The 1963 version of The Haunting, and unfortunately it looks like we're going to have a penalty on that play, which is actually going to push us back holding against Clinton-Massie. So while we have just a moment, let's shout out to Tristan Trampler from Bebe and Connor from Clarksville, Ohio. Question of the game, how about 13th Warrior? 13th Warrior. These are good ones that are coming in. I'm excited about looking some of these up. How about definitely need to have a grader on your movie list watching from Maine. So a grader. So have to.
Is that keep it clean? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe some Grader's ice cream. That'd be a good time.
How was it spelled?
Yeah, just the word grader,
okay.
not reverse A. The toss to the right-hand side, it goes to Logan Chester. He's able to push off one defender, then he's actually pushed out of bounds by another defender. Classic, how about The Program? That's a football movie if you're a big football fan. Colton Trampler from Taylor University says you got to go with Remember the Titans.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic.
That's a great one.
The Disney classic about uniting a school. Very good good movie.
That's actually one of the movie posters. My wife and I have a movie-themed basement. She's got 4 posters on her side, 4 posters on mine. One of my 4 is Remember the Titans.
Yeah,
so
good
very, very good film. Clinton-Massie bringing Logan Chester in the split on the left-hand side, leaving Gabe McDowell on the right-hand side in the slot. He goes into motion. The snap goes to Brody Clutter. He's able to find an opening again. He twists. He makes one person miss. He gets some of that yardage back that was taken on the penalty. It looks like Tyler Tolleson gets up limping just a little bit after that play. He's going to be able to walk that off, luckily. If you want a few laughs, how about Weekend at Bernie's?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's. That's from our friends Memes and
Buki.
Wishbone backfield, single receiver to the right. Harrison resets their defense in a 62 look. They've actually got 9 people in the box. The snap goes to Logan Chester. He finds an opening. He's shifty on the right-hand side outside of the numbers to the
His
outside
start-stop
sideline.
acceleration is very good. He stopped, make a move, and he can accelerate out of that very, very rapidly.
Yeah, he can go back to full speed very quickly.
Nice way to make up for that penalty.
Okay, then you've got somebody that wants to challenge on your cheesy lines.
Uh-oh.
How about it's not butter, it's clutter?
Oh, yeah, just flip it around. There you go.
That's a good one.
I can't believe it's not clutter.
Credit where credit's due. That's a good one as well. How about Wishbone backfield, single receivers Brady Russell to the right?
I like this. Removing
the drive,
I like
absolutely.
It. Keep that drive alive.
The snap, the turn, the option look goes to the fullback. Another good run by Brody Clutter. That's a 5-yard gain on first down.
Everybody's getting a piece of the pie tonight.
It's Christopher Nolan movie with Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman as rival magicians with a wild tryst. So that is The Prestige. That's that movie that was mentioned before. It's Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. I might have seen a preview for that at some point. Shout out from Shelly Z. Go Massey. The Blind Side is a great movie. Absolutely. We've got a football theme going on.
Yes, it is. What do you know? And during a football game, good football theme game, movies coming along. Blindside, that's a good one.
Yeah, and this one is coming in. One we mentioned, you got to go with Top Gun if you got a couple hours to kill. The snap to fullback again. That's Brody Clutter, almost gaining first down yardage on that second down run. How about one of our teachers, James Hope, says, clearly Seinfeld, but Napoleon Dynamite.
Hey, that's one the kids have watched this week. when you have 4 kids, you know about Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, all these
Yeah.
movies, and that's one that's been played in our household.
We've got another Kelly Lamb check-in from the 90s classic, The Hunt for Red October. That's a Sean Connery film, a good one. Connery. Keegan Lamb with the snap. Logan Chesser finds an opening off the right-hand side. That's going to be for a first down. He stopped after a 7-yard run, and there's going to be a penalty. Actually, 2 of them come out of 2 different refs, and then a third one's going up in the air.
We get a little chirping going on over there.
Yeah, it seems like either they're going to point that towards Logan Chesser or the 5 or 6 Harrison Wildcats that were over there as well. So we'll sort this out in just a second as the refs decide. Looks like, how about Love the Butter Call? Shout out Kyle Hayter. Love the Butter Call. Let's go Falcons. Draft Day is a good, bad movie.
Hold on, Love the Butter Call. I thought it was a movie like I've never heard of that
No,
one.
yeah, you love the Butter Call. Yeah.
Okay.
No, Draft Day is a good, bad movie.
Okay.
I agree. That's like my Moneyball. So
is that Kevin Costner?
That is Kevin Costner,
Okay.
and that's actually I actually like that film a little bit, but I understand that's one of those good, bad movies, kind of like Moneyball. How about Greater is the Story of Brandon Bullsworth and him being a walk-on at Arkansas to being drafted by the Colts.
Oh, that
actually,
sounds fun.
I watched that movie. It is very good.
Cool.
I saw that on Netflix, I believe.
Okay.
So Greater is the name of that film. Okay, how about this? Peanut Clutter and Jelly Sandwich. I mean, they're coming in by the droves now. Peanut Clutter and Jelly Sandwich. So
I like
we're
it,
gonna bring
folks.
that one, yeah. How about Brody Clutter doesn't even sputter? I mean, people are just having
y'all are
a
on
field
it
day
tonight.
with this.
You guys are on it tonight.
And after what looks like a double unsportsmanlike penalty call, that's going to bring the first and goal from the 6-yard line. So aided by 2 penalties, Clinton-Massie is going to bring the ball within 6 yards of the end zone and pay dirt, hopefully bringing the lead back up to 11. So Clinton-Massie brings their offensive line after the snap and the settle. Wishbone backfield. Ty Phipps is your receiver to the left. The snap. And it's going to be Gabe McDowell in for the score. Big play, Gabe, after the double penalty. Seals that touchdown across the end zone line. Bringing 6 points to the scoreboard.
Ask me how? Gabe McDowell.
Absolutely. Gabe McDowell's the one that brings that one home, so we're excited to see a point after
known
attempt.
as Big Play Gabe.
Big play, Gabe, absolutely.
Nice run, guys.
Have the pleasure of his grandmother actually working with us now at Clinton-Massie Local School, so she's doing a great job. We appreciate her coming on board.
All right, nice play, guys. Nice. You know, defense now, this is the week your offense is carrying. Your defense led a couple big plays, but they've been playing phenomenal, but the offense is just clicking on all cylinders thus far.
Absolutely doing their job. McGinnis with a kick. It's up.
Plenty of leg.
And it's good. That's going to be 27-17 is your score. And as we go to our sponsors, Campus Nation, are you a business owner looking to engage with the community? Being a sponsor of Campus Nation Broadcast is a great way to reach your target audience. We cover a variety of sports and skill levels and travel all around the Midwest for games. Advertising with us is the perfect choice as packages can be completely customized. Reach out to Rick Phillips via the Campus Nation Facebook or Instagram page so we can create a plan for you today. How about Destination Outlets? The second annual World Pumpkin Pie Eating Championship is back at Destination Outlets. Will competitor eater Joey Chestnut take home the title again in 2022? Find out on Sunday, October 9th at 1 p.m. We're excited to see that as well.
So go to church. When you leave, go down and watch the pumpkin.
I
looked that up because I'm so interested. And last year he set like a record.
Oh, gosh.
And so this year of 16 or 21 pounds, something crazy of pumpkin pie. And so if you really want to enjoy watching that, I don't know how the guy doesn't get sick afterwards, but I guess that's why they pay him the big bucks.
While I was picking up my cookies and salsa at Dorothy Lane Markets, I saw Joey Chestnut, spicy mustard, and ketchup.
Yeah.
And I believe chili sauce. So he's got his own line now, competitor eater, Joey Chestnut. And I'll be honest with you, I almost grabbed some of that spicy mustard. That was a good time.
I wish eating would get me some kind of endorsement. I'm pretty good at it, too.
The kick. A big leg this time is going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
That's his second touchback of the game.
Nice job, Ian McGinnis. And I tell you what, that's a nice little exclamation point on the drive. So not only did you score, not only did you get the extra point, but you're pinning them back and putting it. And honestly, that's just a kind of an intimidation factor there. You got a kid that can kick it. At some point, that was probably about 5 yards back in the end zone.
We'll be calling him the leg tonight.
Absolutely. So Sam's Meats. Stop by Sam's Meats in Wilmington to support a locally owned and operating business. You'll find fresh chicken, pork, and beef. Dine in or carry out. Enjoy hot homemade bar meals and grill items. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, and homemade desserts. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to 4 on Saturdays. As Clinton-Massie defense sets up, Harrison with the snap, those 3 running backs really in the backfield. They don't find a big opening, but they're able to push the pile forward for about a 5-yard gain. Clinton-Massie will set up 2nd down and 5 right at the defensive 25-yard line. Beekman checks into the game as Elijah Groh checks out. Again, you're seeing a lot of that middle trying to be exposed by Harrison, and other than the first drive, the defense has stepped up in the middle. The passing is what got him as the second half was ending. So Brighton Rodman switches over to the left side of the defense this time. Updike on the right. He's rushing. The play goes to the running back who finds an opening, and he's brought down after a successful first down run by Gavin Hunter along with Keegan Lamb. So your first and third leading tacklers on the team bring this running back Herring down for a time yet again.
Tonight might show you the first game without Leighton Bell. Like, you know, you're seeing them getting bigger chunks than they have teams traditionally this year. So I think this is a game they're going to have to readjust, realize he's not in there, and they're marching down pretty good so far tonight as well.
Trips right, single receiver left, and again they put that receiver way outside the numbers. So I mean they're counting on a strong or give him a running lane here, which is exactly what he tried to do. That play was to no avail. So Tristan Trampler is able to push
him down,
push the defender back into the running back and actually trips him up after a 1-yard gain. Yeah,
nice play there by Trampler in the defense. So this is what you like, 2nd and long. These are the situations you want to be in. You don't want to be in a 2nd and 4 or a 3rd and 1. Now, if you can hold them here, set up a 3rd and long, that's ideal for the defense here.
Keegan Lamb, Miles Thiegy are your safeties back about 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. As the snap almost comes, they're going to set and reset the offense. Calling out the protection is Rogers. Gets his play from the sideline. The running back switches to the right-hand side. I believe that's Coop. He gets the ball, finds an opening up the middle, and is able to get 5 yards, 4.5 or so.
Nice second effort by Coop there to get through, and kudos to him for setting up about a 3rd and 5 here. But good stop for the Falcons. Big down here. It'd be nice to get a stop here and set up a 4th down for Harrison.
Kind of a two-headed monster there with Coops and Herring, both of them young kids, a sophomore and a freshman, at the top of their running back stat board. 3 receivers to the right, single receivers to the left. Rogers from the shotgun. Snap. Running back gets the ball. He's able to get positive yardage falling forward. It's going to be right on the line to gain. That's Coops again getting the ball. They're going to call and move the chain, so that's going to be a 1st down. Harrison Wildcats.
Yeah, how important that was to fall forward there. Just enough, and I think the fans want a measurement here tonight or something, but very close, but they're going to give them the 1st down on that. And nice conversion here by Harrison to stay in it with about 2:30 left in the 3rd. Harrison wants to keep the ball moving and get in the end zone here just so they can stay close.
Coach Rolfe would have liked them to measure that one, but unfortunately to no avail go his concerns. So Coops again, this time the play is met behind the line of scrimmage, but he is able to drag
him down
the
defender.
Drag the defender forward, and that was Ty Clutter. So you got Brody Clutter, his brother, on the offensive side. You got Ty Clutter representing the defensive side.
Yeah, I like that peanut clutter and jelly.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Although I can't believe it's not Clutter. It's pretty solid too. I got to give you that one.
I can't believe it's not Clutter.
Yeah, how about 3 on the right, 1 on the left? You also have a running back right off of the left tackle, so you've got 5 total. No running back in the backfield, so no back look. He's going to switch that running back over. Rogers calls for the snap. He's going to run to the left. He finds a little opening, but he's going to be met in the hole by Ty Clutter again. Looks like Elijah Grow on that play, and started off by Keegan Lamb.
Yeah, nice stop there. Only a couple yards per carry on this set of downs, and now you've set up a 3rd and long, and you want to pin your ears back. When you got a quarterback like Rogers, a dual threat, it kind of gives the defense a little bit more to think about. Like, what's he going to do here? He's thrown a good ball. Now they've chosen only to throw about 4 or 5 times total, but he can throw a good ball.
What it does is it keeps your defense a little back on their heels
them
rather
honest.
than on the balls of their feet.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're concerned about him running. So a blitz this time
get
by
in there.
Clutter almost gets off, but the slip screen is a good
Nice.
call, but he's tripped up by Keegan
Shoestring
Lamb.
tackle.
Nice job.
Very nice tackle there by Keegan.
It's going to be 4th down and what looks like 4 right
interesting call here.
across the line of scrimmage at the 48.
Yeah. They're looking over at the sidelines what to do, and here comes Luke Rogers back in.
Yeah, so they said, Coach, let's do it, and the coach said, let's go, son. So it looks like 3 receivers to the right.
Maybe a hard count for a minute.
2 receivers to the left. May hard count out of the shotgun snap. He may even do a little pooch kick. So he looks over to the sideline.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll back up.
And he's going to pooch kick it. I think I saw a motion by the – nope, actually he tried to motion it, but it looks like it's going to fall.
I think he's short.
He's going to fall short of the line to gain, so it's going to be a turnover on downs. Clinton-Massie defense stands.
That's right. And nice play there by the Falcon defense to get him, hold on, and turn this ball over. Now with about 13 seconds left in the 3rd period, Massey's going to take the ball. And a good drive, long sustaining drive here.
And that stop is brought to you by Trampler Brothers Paving. Trampler Brothers Paving is a family-owned and operated full-service company specialized in commercial, industrial, residential asphalt paving, seal coating, and excavation, developing trusting relationships with our customers through exceptional work, customer service, and integrity, proudly servicing Clinton, Warren, Butler, and Hamilton County since 1935. Give them a call for a free quote, 513-777-6747. Again, 513-777-6747. Double slot. Single receiver to the left, goes in motion, Gabe McDowell. And it looks like a miscommunication. Keegan Lamb,
he got some.
He tried to hand it off to a fullback that didn't go to the left and went to the right, so he just decided to do a second man through and get a positive 4-yard gain.
Yeah, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd, starting the 4th quarter. You know, Matt, sometimes I see these players take off their helmets, and I see a few mullets down there.
Absolutely.
Those mullets remind me of a movie called Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt would be one that if you got a little time you could visit again. How about if you also got some time tomorrow, why don't you call up WZAA on your internet browser, because WZAA 106.9 is even more to love. It's your favorite radio station. We have recently collaborated with Destination Outlets in Octa to create an elevated hospitality experience. Enjoy live concerts, contests, dining, and of course shopping. Make sure to visit the new WZAA 106.9 Destination Outlet studios, where our crew broadcasts talk shows, prepares music streams, creates commercials, and more. We look forward to seeing you there, and you just might see me there tomorrow.
All
So
right.
how about fans of Campus Nation, get excited about bringing the coverage of both the reigning state high school football champions, the Clinton-Massie Falcons, and the reigning National Collegiate Club champions, the Ohio State University. There's still time to become an official sponsor of the 2022 football season. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, sponsor us at Campus Nation. This keeps it a free broadcast. Contact Rick Phillips at 937-527-6674. Yes, you may say to yourself, Rick Phillips doesn't need the money, of course, but it wouldn't be bad if we give him a little bit for his work and time and effort, right, Rick? I mean, a couple dollars here and there. So, as always, thank you for tuning in. Stay up to date of all of our broadcasts by joining us on the Facebook Nation or the Campus Nation Facebook page, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. So we appreciate those at Campus Nation coming through as they always do.
Quick update. This from longtime Massey fan Brett Horton is watching from Wisconsin tonight on his way back from a trip out west. Watched last week from Bozeman, Montana, and also got engaged to his fiancee Laura. So congrats
Absolutely.
to the big fan out there, Brett.
Congrats to him, and thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Snap. Logan Chester finds
Nice,
an opening
go.
off the right-hand side. The stiff arm, he twists and turns. He makes another man miss, going all the way down to the 25-yard line. And as you said, EJ, he's on a mission tonight.
Logan Chester, the bench presser tonight. Bench pressing the Harrison Wildcats all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to say, I love the energy, I love the excitement. but I also love 2 hands on the ball and contact, and I saw that earlier in the game. We want to make sure we're keeping that as this play, he continues to get yardage the rest of this half, because the thing you know what, I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say something. I'm going to hold that until a little later on into this game and feel a little bit different about it. So keep the hands on the ball, and we'll see if we can get this one into the end zone as well at the 25-yard line. Single receivers to your left this time. That's going to be Ty Phipps, double slot look. Keegan Lamb under center. Gaming Dow goes into motion. Brody Cloder gets the call right up the middle. A good run, and they're pushing the pile as they move forward with strength and fury to the Clinton-Massie offensive linemen. So that's going to be a nice 7-yard run on second down. So quick score, Minford Falcons 41, East Clinton 7. So we appreciate checking in from our East Clinton partners over there. Unfortunately, having a tough night against the Minford Falcons, which has a great football team usually every year. Minford does.
Matt, have you ever thought about tomorrow getting you a blanket, a box of chocolates, and some tissues, and just curling up and watching Steel Magnolias?
How about the Notebook?
Notebook on them.
Yeah. Steel Magnolias, I don't think I want to bring myself down too much on that one. So here we go with the Clinton-Massie Falcons, tight end left, wishbone backfield. Logan Chester gets the call. Tries to fall forward off the right-hand side of the line of scrimmage, so he's able to get a first down run. We'll catch up with a few of those movies. How about the longest yard? How about Edge of Tomorrow? Big shout out to my man Gabe.
Nice play, Gabe.
Let's win tonight from the Boffman family. Your boater jokes are marginally funny. Movie suggestion is only the brave. Marginally funny.
I really like this fan interaction.
I'm telling you.
I feel like we're all just watching it together.
Dean Thompson checking in from Wilmington. All opponents shudder at the sight of Mr. Clutter, so we appreciate that one as well.
I want to sit down with y'all and we'll write some songs together.
I'm telling you, it's going to be good.
Out there.
So this is Chesser off the right-hand side. Open, makes one man miss, is brought down after a good run of 3 yards outside of the tackle box there. So second down and 7 will be the call as they set up at this next juncture. How about you guys? Hey, we're getting some compliments. Doing a great job announcing. I am being told, respect the mullet. The Aaron Clutter was a beast at football and baseball. Respect from Brody's dad. Respect the mullet, he
Mark,
says.
did you have a mullet in the day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mark Lane was rocking the mullet.
Bring it back.
Absolutely. Rick, you weren't feeling the mullet, huh? No, okay, yeah. Mom wouldn't let me have the mullet, wouldn't let me have long hair. And you know what I said was we should have?
With it.
I said, well, Jesus had long hair. Why can't I, Mom?
You always got to drop that. Well, Jesus walked on water, too. So
that's right. And you know what? I think that's exactly what she said. I think any time that you can turn the loaves and fishes into 5,000, you can grow the mullet. I never was able to do that. So how about from Puerto Rico, could you tell Brandon Campbell that Marcus is better? So that's all we're going to say, that Marcus is better. We're just going to now we're working for the audience at this point. So we appreciate everybody sending in their shout outs, sending in the information about their movies.
I tell you what, I know Star 64 is here tonight, but do they have our lines? I'm
telling
not sure.
You, they're not able to match the
Clutter
butter.
Folks.
So the pitch out to the right-hand side goes to Logan Chester. Unfortunately,
Logan Chester, the bench presser.
He does.
But
there goes the ball, though. You know, he was out of bounds, clearly out of bounds, so there's not going to be any change of possession, but he's got to watch that ball on the right-hand side. They're going to bring in.
Setting up a fourth down here. You're going to take the points.
Take the points, so they're going to set up the field goal unit as Caden Zantini, the holder, comes in, and Ian McGinnis is going to set his tee here in just a second. And that's going to be kicked from the 13-yard line, so it's going to be a 23-yard attempt field goal. And we're going to look at that. Should make it a 2-score game unless you have two-point conversions. So up through the middle of the uprights with probably, I'd say, a good 20 yards left on it. After that goes Ian McGinnis. So now your score is 31-17.
Money Mac.
A 14-point spread there between Harrison and Clinton-Massie. So 31 points, clearly the most points you scored for the season.
Nice.
Making up for a couple of those games where you didn't get to hit pay dirt. How about EJ? I love the clutter slipping through like butter. So you're getting a shout out from a family member that has the same last name as me. So
all right.
Yeah, and they like Chesser, he's a blesser.
Oh,
How about that?
ahead.
That's good. That's good.
Go ahead and bless me if you want
Now,
to.
you remember down 75, Solid Rock Church.
Big Butter Jesus?
Big Butter Jesus. So why not Big Butter Clutter?
Oh,
You can have Big Butter Clutter.
I like
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, that's sent to us from the same guy that wants us to respect the mullet.
All right. And
Yeah.
we will. They now have mullet competitions.
Yes.
See these little kids running around at the
Oh, we
fair?
had one. We had one in the middle school this year.
Oh,
We had a
wow.
mullet competition. It was great. It was great. The kids loved it.
Yeah, it's getting real.
From the 40-yard line, the ball gets teed. The kick by McGinnis. Strong leg again. It's going to drop it.
Oh,
he
better get that
thought
ball.
it was going to go into the end zone. It actually hit about the 2-yard line. So making a lot out of nothing
Yeah.
is Herring.
The
So
wind may have
McGinnis-
pushed that back a bit, and he thought it was going to go on in.
McGinnis clapping up as he comes to the sideline. Yeah, it looked like it might have gotten there, but it drops about the 2-yard line. That is a live ball on the kickoff. So they were able to recover the ball and then turn it into about an 8-yard gain there.
Yes.
And we're just getting suggestions left or right. How about clean the plow, Gabe McDowell? Clean the plow, Gabe McDowell.
Oh, man.
If you're an
That
80s
sounds
fan,
like a great country song.
if you're an 80s fan, you can make a whole afternoon out of 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, and Pretty in Pink. So that's a whole lot of Molly Ringwald right
yeah,
there.
sound like
So
a
trips left, single receiver right. Rogers sets back. He finds a big opening, but he's going to go ahead and tuck it and run off the 20 to the 25-yard lines, out of bounds. Smart play there by Ty Clutter not to add any extra pressure there, so we're not getting flags here late into the game. And for those of you just joining us, thank you for joining us on CampusNation.com or Campus Nation YouTube channel. 31-17 is your score. Clinton-Massie up, and as you said, EJ, from the beginning, this has felt good, so you're going to see hopefully the Clinton-Massie Falcons close this one out and get their first victory of the season.
Oh, yeah, 8 minutes left here.
A lot of football still to play, 2-score lead, but Rogers sets his offense up.
They might turn his arm loose a little bit, see what he's
Have
got.
to. I think you'd run out of time at some point.
Yeah.
You've got almost a 75-yard field still here. So Clinton-Massie sets their defense up in their nickel package. The lefty Rogers sets back, has plenty of time, but he is pressured eventually by Brighton Rodman. Spinning, turning, dropped down by Elijah Groh. Rodman, the ball comes loose but recovered. He's going to be called down. So nice move by Rodman, pushes him out of the tackle box right into the hands of Elijah Groh.
This young lady has the right number, I guess, to the raffle.
Right number for, okay. We're gonna let right down the middle.
Okay. All right, so looks like somebody won that raffle tonight. And young girl is going to get her prize there for winning the raffle here. So, yeah, what looks like we have a 2nd and 14 with that loss for the Falcon defense.
The slip screen goes off to the right, but it drops
it.
on the ground. It was in front of the line of scrimmage,
Yeah,
so that's
it was
not a live ball.
Yeah. So that's going to set up a long 3rd and 14. A long 3rd and 14.
Yeah.
So Harrison setting up a long 3rd down and 14 with 7:31 left here in the 4th quarter.
So Miles Thiegy calls his defense over and resets the backfield coverage. Harrison with 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Rogers, nobody in the backfield with him. He does have a personal protector off to his right. You're in 3rd down and 13. A high snap. He gets the ball. They're going to bring him down after about a 7-yard gain, so it's going to leave it 4th and 6, almost 4th and 5. And at this point, you've got to go for it down 2 scores with only 7:18 left.
Yeah, Clinton-Massie says, "Welcome to my neighborhood, Mr. Rogers," and takes him down, setting up a 4th and 5. Folks, when you're on, you're on. What can you say? Yeah. What can you say? Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That's a good movie.
If you don't mind, if you don't say so yourself, right? And you do say so, yeah.
Have you seen the Mr. Rogers movie with Tom Hanks? Because I'm a Tom Hanks fan.
I have not seen that, actually.
It's actually good.
Okay.
Seriously, it's good.
So there you go. There might be another one if you're looking for one.
Won't
Tom
you
Hanks
be
and Mr. Rogers.
my neighbor.
So here goes Harrison. 4th and 5. 3 receivers to the left. The snap goes to Rogers. The slip screen.
Yep.
And he goes down right at the line of scrimmage, so the ball comes loose, but they are going to call it a completed pass and a first down run as they move the chains. Harrison's night stays alive with that play.
That was well executed. You know, he ran that route, put it right on the money, and got the 5 yards, just enough for the first down to keep this drive alive.
And they've went to that play quite a few times to the same receiver, actually, so it's something Clinton-Massie, I'm sure, will keep in mind as they keep going. So signals are being called across the offensive formation here. Rodgers with 3 receivers to the left, goes back to the right in the slant play, which is the same play that followed the slip screen in the series right before halftime. So they call that number yet again, and they're able to get almost another first down on first down.
Yeah. So going to set up a 2nd and short here. And Harrison got a little drive going on here. Only about 5:56 left, but they still got some in the tank.
Yeah, if they put a big play together here and then do an onside kick, they might be able to turn this into something very, very interesting. So Rodgers is going to call his own number. Off the right-hand side, he's met by Brandon Updike, followed by 2 or 3 other defenders, and he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, we're going to call Brandon Updike, I'm sure, throughout the rest of the season, doing a great job there at the defensive end position.
You think it's a first down, but I say psych, Brandon Updike. So that's going to set up. I don't know if they're going to give
unfortunately,
somebody down on the field.
There's an injury. So while there's an injury, we're going to go to Destination Outlets. Do you have plans tomorrow? You do now. Join the WZAA crew from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Destination Outlets for the annual Fayette County Drug Education Car Show. Come enjoy the festivities, shopping experience, and pick up some valuable resource materials this weekend, September 17th. And how about our friends at Campus Nation? Are you a business owner looking to engage with the community? Being a sponsor of Campus Nation broadcast is a great way to reach your target audience. We cover a variety of sports and skill levels and travel all over the Midwest for games. Advertising with us is the perfect choice because packages can be completely customized. Reach out to Rick Phillips via the Campus Nation Facebook or Instagram page so we can create a plan for you today. We have another Destination Outlets because the 2nd annual World Pumpkin Pie Eating Championship is back at Destination Outlets. Will competitive eater Joey Chestnut take home the title again in 2022? You can find out on Sunday, October 9th, which is at 1 p.m. So bringing you back to the action after they bring the injured player off the field for Harrison. Looks like it's going to be 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, empty backfield for Rodgers as he sets his protection for the offensive line. Clinton-Massie's defense comes back onto the field. They'll be in their nickel package with 5 defensive backs.
Man, I even feel when Clinton-Massie plays better, I feel like we even call better. I feel like it's looser, relaxed. I think more creative energy going on.
Just a lot of positive.
It just makes everybody better.
Yeah, a lot of positive.
But hats off to Massie. They're turning this ship, and we need to just finish strong here and finish out these last 5 minutes left here.
It's always fun to see points on the board. Unfortunately, Harrison's trying to do the same thing. So Rodgers, the long toss is way over the receiver's head, and that actually wasn't Rodgers. That is number 6, which I believe is the Paul Neiman, the gentleman that came in for the double pass. And it looks like Rodgers is your every down back or every down quarterback, but Neiman comes in when they need some long yardage throws. He does have a strong arm. In fact, he threw that from the 40-yard line to about the 15-yard line on the other side of the field there. So he's going to be still in the game. That's Neiman at quarterback, the change made by the Harrison coaches here late in the 4th quarter. 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, met with a 5 defensive backfield by Clinton-Massie. Linebackers drop as well. And almost interception is Ty Clutter with his hands on the ball. Almost brought that in, which would have turned the tide for the defense and probably put this game hopefully out of reach for them at this point.
Yeah, it was. I was looking at that Paul Neiman. Reminds me of Paul Newman, Cool Hand Luke. There's a movie reference
Cool Hand
right
Luke,
there.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
If you like eggs and you like people eating eggs, watch Cool Hand Luke. Absolutely. So Harrison's going to set up on 3rd down and 10 from the 46-yard line. We appreciate everybody checking in at Campus Nation, campusnation.com to watch this free broadcast. We're asking for shout-outs here. So how about shout-out my mom from Minnesota for me. Her name is Aljean Rutz. Aljean Rutz.
All right.
We appreciate Aljean joining us this evening. 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. The long pass to Guthrie. He's able to corral it, bring it down. He'll get a first down.
Shifty enough to make the first down there.
That's first down yardage.
Watching from Minnesota.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm a little surprised that they're not getting him the ball just a little bit more. He is shifty, he's fast, and he's got solid hands. Yeah. Really good hands.
Yeah. Matt, they watch from all over Taiwan, Minnesota.
Absolutely.
You know, and a shout-out to all those watching from the UK. Sorry about the loss of your queen this week.
Left-hand side. Sees 3 receivers. The fake, this time it's going to go long.
Look at that.
Neiman sets up all the way to the end zone.
Live
and
arm
he's
there.
he's gonna put it about halfway into the end zone, slightly overthrown. Not a
threw
bad
that from
ball.
the 50.
Not a
As I
bad
watched
ball.
from the
Yeah.
50 all the way into the end zone. Nice,
Yeah.
nice arm there, but yeah, just couldn't quite get to it. The receiver couldn't.
55 yards in the air as it drops right in the middle of the end zone. So the Falcons are able to settle back in on a 2nd down and 10 from the 44-yard line.
All right. And that's going to stop the clock for them with the incomplete pass. And that's probably a good option right now with under 5 minutes left to go in the game. Stopping the clock may be a advantage that they want to do right here.
As the crowd gets fired up on the Clinton-Massie sideline. Neiman sets, throws, the receiver catches, which is number 17 for, that's Dom Frondorf. Dom Frondorf, a receiver that's a senior, 6'2", 150. They have a lot of height and thin, 6'2", 150 and 6'2", 155.
It's going to bode well for a young team as they thicken into their bodies too. So
yeah, I'm sure their weight and strength and conditioning program is good over Harrison. Big school, Division II school, does a great job with their apprenticeship programs over there. So a low throw but caught, and then immediately put down is the Harrison receiver. That's looks like number 7 is Corey Helms, another sophomore that's getting playing time as this young team tries to find its footing at 1-3, a win over Western Hills, and back into the game comes. Actually, they'll keep Neiman in the game at this point, so they've made a change that's they're sticking with for the time being. Hopefully, getting the more power in that arm. So it looks like they might take a timeout. Yep. Timeout, and while we have just a timeout, we want to touch base with a few other people that are sending us shout-outs. We appreciate everybody checking in from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
Yeah, they've been in the news.
And he's saying go Big Blue, so we appreciate the
Big
support
Blue.
for them. Many Big Blues. I'm going to say he's wanting a Clinton-Massie Big Blue on that one. So Harrison coming out from the west side of Cincinnati. Those of you that haven't been able to hear what they do an awesome apprenticeship program. So it's something I've been able to look into. They've done a great job, and if you're willing to work with your hands, there's plenty of jobs out there that can make really, really good money. Mm-hmm. And Harrison High School is at the lead of getting people out, getting people working. I respect what they're doing out there, and hopefully we can even mimic some of those things in the near future. So Clinton-Massie is going to set their defense up at the 34-yard line as they reset the chains. They're going to call it fourth and inches, actually.
It's
fourth
very,
and inches. Very
short 4th down here.
If you're Harrison, probably looking to keep this, just the chains moving at this point. You can't worry too much about scoring, because if you don't convert here, it might be game over if the Clinton-Massie Falcons can go on a long drive. So looks like 3 running backs off the left-hand side. The quarterback is going to hand the ball off, and he's going to easily get the first down as he pushes past the line of scrimmage. In fact, he gets down to the 26-yard line. So that's going to be a reset of downs. First down on the 27. You're going to go right to left on your TV screen with Clinton-Massie holding on and hopefully finishing a 14-point lead with 3:54 left.
Yeah, clock is running, though, and so now not only are you down 2 scores, but the clock is your enemy here. You need to get this, if you're Harrison, into the end zone quickly.
So Neiman stutter steps, finds an open receiver who's met immediately by Peyton Brewer. He's brought down outside of the numbers there, left-hand side.
So it's interesting to I'm sorry to cut you off here, Matt. Interesting to see when they pass, they want to bring in this Neiman here to do that. So maybe that was the plan. Don't know what happened with Rogers.
Yeah, we hope Rogers isn't hurt. I think it was a plan to just get more power in the arm. Neiman clearly has a very strong arm, but right now he's got the hot hand. Let him roll. So Neiman goes into the left-hand side. A receiver catches that, which is number 2, and unfortunately he's going to be brought down for another first down. So number 2 for them is that's Herring. They put on an outside receiver position. So we've seen a lot more of Coops at the running back position, and now Rogers. Nope, he's still off he actually started the year even into camp as a wide receiver. So Neiman must want to come back in here and finish this game out and hopefully get him on a comeback. So off the right-hand side, it's going to sail out of bounds. So Neiman with a strong arm has overthrown just a couple receivers so far. wants to kind of ratchet that back just a little bit.
Yeah, overthrow. Paul Neiman with a screaming arm, really, if you think about it.
He was easily able to get it outside of the numbers from the left-hand hash. So I'll tell you, I'm guessing this kid must be a pitcher, some sort of – he's got a very strong arm. Yeah,
that would make sense.
And let's see, he's listed as a sophomore as well. So, I mean, he's listed as a quarterback.
They're all young.
Yep.
So they'll be around for a while, folks. 2:49 left here. You get if you can get the end zone here on second down, you're going to kick an onside and have a shot.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with the power that Neiman has in his arm. The throw up, and he's met in the back of the end zone by Gabe McDowell.
Going across the middle. I don't know if that's the one you want to catch or not, but good play there to stay with it for the Massey defense.
Herring stuck his arm out, got a hand on it, but he wasn't able to bring it in with Gabe McDowell kind of coming down on him immediately anyway, so probably dislodging that even if he would have brought it in.
Yeah, and the clock stopped, so that's their best friend right now is the clock. Stop that clock and just play this game where you take a pass and you stop the clock.
Yeah, can't do anything unless they get at least the first score. Can't worry about the second one yet. So the snap goes to Neiman, immediately throws it out the slip screen. Goes to that Guthrie. This time, Peyton Brewer's ready for it a little bit better. So he eludes one blocker, one blocker on offense and is able to move around him and make that tackle. 4th down and 7 will be, and it's going to be a timeout to Harrison. So we do have one last shout out here. How about to all my Devil Dogs reaching out from Camp Lejeune, Semper Fi brothers and sisters. So again, we appreciate our military, those that are serving our country across the world, across our great nation as well. We appreciate your sacrifice and your service, and for all those that paid the ultimate sacrifice at some point, Clinton-Massie is proud to have a Veterans Memorial that sits out front of our high school and honors those that have served and have passed in the process of serving. So
you think about us enjoying this freedom to a nice, cool football Friday night, nothing better. But there's somebody overseas protecting, keeping watch, and kudos to all you former and active and all those that have went on before us. We thank you and we appreciate you so much.
We sincerely salute your service. So Clinton-Massie, as they bow their backs, hopefully getting a stop here on defense. They're at the 10-yard line. Is Harrison with 2:29 left. A 14-point lead does Clinton-Massie have, but they're Harrison Wildcats knocking at the door right now. It is 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 7 to get a new set of downs, so they're going to have to complete this first set before they worry about the score. They may go to the end zone if needed on this play just to save a little bit of time. Nobody's in the backfield besides a quarterback. The snap.
Here they come.
Rush, the right-hand side. Keegan Lamb knocks the ball down, so that's going to stop this drive. 4th and 7 to no avail. The stop is by the defense, and Keegan Lamb knocks that ball down, and it's going to be 1st and 10, and you can see the deflation in the Harrison Wildcats sidelines as they kind of walk off to the side. That's a big play by Keegan Lamb, your quarterback and your safety. So he's going to bring his team back on the field as he gets the call from Coach Barry Wolf. We appreciate all the coaches and all the time that's put in by the Clinton-Massie staff, teachers, everybody that makes this train keep rolling. So as Keegan Lamb brings his team up from the huddle, they're going to get the ball right at about the 10-yard line on the left-hand hash. And at this point, it's basically up to the offensive line whether they want to give the ball back or not.
Yeah, hold on. They're singing that song, I'm going to see a victory.
Yeah.
And that's what they're wanting to see tonight.
That's a good
and they
one.
can taste it. So
that's a good one.
2:23 to finish.
The snap. It goes to Brody Clutter, and he's able to run through the first set of defenders, and they push the pile. Nice job by the offensive line and the churning legs of Brody Clutter.
Hey, there's no sputter when you give it to Clutter.
Right. There you go.
This is one of those, and you don't even want to speak it, but this is where you control the ball. You don't fumble.
Yeah.
You secure the ball.
Yep.
That's number one. We can punt it. We got a 2-touchdown lead.
Yes,
but
that's correct.
We just secure the ball.
Yeah, don't give it to them in a short field. That's the main thing is that, 2 hands on the ball, absolutely.
And I've seen there's enough athletes to get back in this game for Harrison. So secure the ball. They're going to use their timeouts. You got 2:13 left. But you're going to do it. They're going to do it tonight.
So, how about okay, how about Lamb makes the slam?
I like that.
Lamb makes the slam.
Yes.
Okay.
He made a good tackle there. around Easter, we call it lamb eats the ham.
Yeah, lamb eats the ham. I like it.
Yeah.
So Clinton-Massie hoping to put a win in the left-hand column here. You know, unfortunately 0-4 is a start. Like we said, hasn't seen something since 2011 like that. So desperately needing a win to put them at 1-4. Harrison would drop to 1-4 if this game ends as it sits right now, which is a 14-point lead by Clinton-Massie. So
who do we got next week? Clinton-Massie we're home.
Yep,
and
we are against our first league opponent, which I believe I'll bring it up on my calendar in just a second as we get this play. It looks like Keegan Lamb is going to look towards the back judge and try to take as much time as possible. And that's Gabe McDowell. Doesn't get first down yardage, but gets near first down
easy
yardage.
Boys, don't get that flag out. They're reaching, but they didn't throw the flag.
So let's see next week.
I'm sorry, it's one game at a time. I'm already looking ahead, but I seen
true.
today and
That's
I forgot who they're playing. I knew it was a league game.
How about Goshen?
Okay, good.
Goshen at home.
Okay, Goshen game at home.
Yep.
So you want to turn that ship around starting tonight, have the opportunity to win the league.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Great. That's great.
Going into league play next week. The team to beat without question is going to be Western Brown, followed quickly by New Richmond. Actually, New Richmond put on a great show this year. So Clinton-Massie with 1:33 left on your clock, 14-point lead as they try to finish this off. It's going to be a first down run here from the 20-yard line, but it's going to be a flag, so we're going to stop play, which means the clock's going to stop. Delay of game against Clinton-Massie, so they'll move back 5 yards. Now, you know, some coaches would say that's okay late in this game as they eat up enough clock with a 2-touchdown lead. So we'll see if I know Clinton-Massie has played a relatively clean game, just a couple penalties on the blue side, and I think Harrison has done a good job as well, other than their 2 unsportsmanlike that put the ball very close to the line to the end zone on the series in the third quarter. So Clinton-Massie brings up their single receiver to the right, their wishbone backfield, now a 1st and 15. The play goes to Brody Clutter. He's going to be met immediately, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, although there's a timeout for Harrison.
That's their last one.
Yeah, so they won't be able to stop the clock after this particular timeout with 1:11 left. A 14-point lead is on the side of Clinton-Massie, hopefully getting the first win of the year, putting them at 1-4, also dropping Harrison to 1-4 as well. As you said, league play goes through Western Brown, followed quickly by New Richmond. The game next week is against Goshen. There's one against Batavia, and then we'll also see Wilmington at the end of the year.
And Mark said Wilmington's had 2 wins, big blowout wins the last 2 weeks, so Wilmington's firing on all cylinders.
Wilmington's excited to have their new coach. Coach Evans got his first win actually last week, so he's excited about that. I was able to talk to their AD for just a minute, and congratulations to him. We look forward to seeing him later in the year. So it looks like we're doing a quick reset on the clock, which allows them just a couple extra seconds, but hopefully with a 2nd down and 13 going into victory formation here, since they can't stop the clock with no timeouts left for Harrison.
So, at this point, you are close to the victory formation.
Yep.
With no timeouts left, 1:15 on the clock. So, man, this feels good. If you're a Massey faithful Falcon over here, you're feeling good tonight and feeling like we're playing up to the potential we have.
Yeah, and you've got a missing left guard that hopefully will be back next week. You've got a gentleman that's been in a walking boot starting at left tackle. He's been out of commission for the last couple weeks, so he had to step up and step in. You've got your defensive motor, unfortunately, was lost tonight or lost last week with an ACL tear. Luckily, he's doing well after surgery, but you're going to miss him the rest of the season. So this was definitely, as you had mentioned earlier in the broadcast, EJ, had to have some guys step up, and they did.
Too.
They did.
The running game just looked on fire. Brody Clutter, Logan Chesser, Gabe McDowell, all just battling tonight and look motivated. And they look like classic Clinton-Massie football. So hats off to the Falcons tonight as there's 41 seconds left, getting ready to take that formation one more time.
And we get to see Coach Zantini is walking out of the press box down to meet his team down on the sideline. So that's going to be a final score of 31-17 as the last 25 seconds click off the clock. So Clinton-Massie with the victory this week. We appreciate those of you checking in, those of you that watch both from Harrison and the side of Clinton-Massie. We'll give you some stats here in just a second. just to let you know, those that are interested, it's 21-21 Waynesville versus Eaton. So we've got an
Eaton
interesting
tonight.
game there, at Eaton. So let's look at the stats. What do you see there, EJ?
Logan Chesser, 19 carries, 163 yards, 8.6 a carry. You got Brody Clutter with 15 attempts, 119 yards, and 7.9 yards a carry. And then, of course, big play Gabe, look at that, 14 carries, 65 yards, 4.6. So the Massie running attack was on tonight.
Yeah, having Gabe back in the backfield not only allows you more versatility in the backfield to get you another player back on defense. He's a huge input into this offense. Brody Clutter, 7.9. You can't be mad at that after 15 carries for 119 yards and 3 touchdowns. Another one by Gabe McDowell. On the other side of the ball, you saw, Coops had 75 yards, Rogers had 54 yards, and Herring had 43. So you're roughly at about 150-plus yards there. So a good job by the front 7 of Clinton-Massie. You had 8 attempts by Rogers. You had 6 attempts by Neiman. And unfortunately, 12 attempts by Neiman, 13 by Rogers. They only had 8 completions and 6 completions. So Rogers had 117 yards and a touchdown throw, 37 yards for Neiman coming in the latter half of the game there. So when you look at tackles, Keegan Lamb, who you could tell was just on fire on the defensive side of the ball, had 9.5 tackles, 6 solos. I mean, that is a great game, but followed very closely by Gavin Hunter with his 6 solos as well and 7.5 total tackles. Ty Clutter, Brady Russell, Peyton Brewer, who definitely stepped up this game. We saw him and called his name out quite a bit. Brighton Rodman, I think, is a young man that is just reaching even near his potential. I think there's so much more that he can do, and he's been having a great couple games and doing well. Tristan Trampler, Brandon Updike finishing up with tackles. Brody Green, Miles Thiegy with a knockdown pass in the first half was great as well. So I'm sure after 4 losses, a sigh of relief on the Clinton-Massie sideline. We appreciate those that have stuck with us during these first 4 games to get the victory now at 1-4 going into league play against
Goshen. And you
Goshen.
build on that.
Yep. And Campus Nation will be back next week. We will be televising the Campus Nation, and they're going to bring out the victory bell, does Clinton-Massie, and unfortunately haven't been able to ring that just yet this year, so that's going to feel good to be able to ring it. Clinton-Massie able to ring the victory bell this particular week, and coming back against Goshen next week, I'm sure will be a hard-fought contest. So, as we said, Star 64 is here. Terry Nelson is out on the field. Going to interview Coach McSorley at this time, and we appreciate all of you that joined us, and those of you that want to watch can see this game replayed not only on Campus Nation YouTube channel, but also on Star 64 tomorrow. But if you watch Star 64, you're going to get the same comedy stylings that you get.
I don't know if you're going to get all the nice one-liners. So, guys, just, you can support them, too, but make sure you keep giving this Campus Nation some love.
We want as many views as possible.
We enjoy it, and we love just interacting with you.
We appreciate all the support. We appreciate everybody that it takes in order to make this happen, whether it's our athletic director, all those from our announcer, Mr. Haney, from our statisticians, from, of course, Rick Phillips, our producer and CEO of Campus Nation. We appreciate him joining us again this evening. We'll see you next week against Goshen. This is Matt Baker and EJ Lamb signing off.